This is Angel Charms, and this is a live that Crystal Swirls has already started. And I didn't catch it from the beginning. This is where she starts talking about her son Angelo. And so let's take a listen. But this is a live in progress, but I am starting an hour in to where she starts talking about Angelo. And here we go.
Get swept up into the clouds, and everybody else gets stuck down here with these niggas, these milk creatures. And they already starting with their bullshit. Where they starting to lower the age of consent. They sex trafficking children and women.
It's coming up.
Girl, it's gonna be so horrible down here, man. I feel sorry for any. That's why I pray to the Divine Mother every day. Mother God, I know I committed some bad sins, but please sweep me up into the clouds with you. Do not leave me behind with these motherfuckers, man. Because these men are, girl, they're horrible. Goddess of Thought said, I know I'm a goddess. I give zero fucks about anyone and what they think of me.
Angelo's making noise in the background.
Girl, you said Brad is the lesser of two evils. Yeah, Tyrone is the original devil.
Angelo is making sounds in the background.
He's giving me a hard time tonight. And I'm not up for it. I'm worn out. Go to bed, Angelo. That's enough. Go to bed. Bye. Go to bed. Bye. Because you got, no, wait. You ate enough. Go to bed. Because you got school in the morning. I'm done. Bye. I'm going to end this live because this boy driving me crazy. Fucking demon. Like I said, he's a male child. What do you expect? What, Angelo?
Just call him a fucking demon.
He's supposed to have been in bed. The devil don't sleep. What do you want? Be white. What do you want? I don't know what you want, sweetheart. I'm ending my life because of you. Because you're getting on my last nerve.
Yeah, how dare she?
Myself. Take this one last thing and eat it and go to bed. Because this is ridiculous. You're going to miss the bus in the morning. You're not going to be able to get up. Here. Since you want it so bad. Here. Bye. You want it? Get what you want. Get what you want. I'm not going to figure it out, demon. Go ahead. Get what you want.
This is about
you're getting on my nerves.
After the first hour.
You're going to throw everything up. It's too much. I'm going to give you this. You had enough. Bye. What else do you want, Angelo? I already gave it to you. What? Here, that's what this is. Goodbye. Here. No more, okay? Goodbye.
I bet she takes this live down afterwards.
I can't stand male children. Oh my God, they're horrible.
You're a horrible mother.
Some of these bitches be lying to themselves, talking about, not me. I do what I got to do and that's it. I don't like it one bit.
The bare minimum.
Get in that bed. Eat whatever you eating and then get your butt in the bed. Because you got school in the morning. And that, no more eat.
Nope, no escape.
That's ridiculous. Go ahead, eat it. I'm done. This is a fucking curse and a punishment. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck you think I'm a bad mother. It's a curse. Male children are a curse. Call them what you want. I don't like these motherfuckers. I listen. I do what I gotta do because I have unconditional love. But do I like them? No. Do I like doing it? No. No. I'd rather have a girl. I'd rather have a girl. I didn't want no fucking retarded son. But it is what it is. I guess the divine must think a lot about me. She must think a lot about me. But she said, this motherfucker's going to be all the way fucked up and retarded, and you're going to have to take care of me.
You can't say all that and then talk about unconditional love. No, that is not, that don't go together. But let's keep listening.
He's not gonna be high functioning. He's gonna be extremely low functioning. He's not even gonna talk. He's not gonna be able to wipe his ass. He's gonna vomit and spit everywhere. But this is what you. Oh, so I do what I gotta do.
Nah, because Dan tried to show him how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for himself, and she told Dan that was a waste of time. So you don't care about him. You do enough to keep him breathing so you can keep them checks coming.
That's it. I put the motherfucker to bed 3 hours ago. The bitch is still up. He's still up. Aggravating me, spitting and vomiting. He ate till he threw up and he asking me for more food. I'm done. He doesn't listen. He does not listen. A girl would have listened. A girl would have took her ass to bed. But boys are stupid. Boys are stupid.
That's not entirely true.
And now they put the vaccine and shit. They do the shit on purpose. Okay? And that's why these bitches ain't having kids too. They ain't having kids because they scared their kid gonna come out fucked up and retarded. They're autistic. So they, a lot of bitches say, hey Krista, you gotta deal with that shit. I gotta deal with vomit and spit every day like I'm a fucking home health aide. Nope.
That's part of being a parent, you dumb bitch. Oh, well, I'm not going in with my second account. I don't even care if I get blocked. You're going in with your second account. Okay, well, like I said, I'm only an hour. This started about at the 1 hour mark right here. So she's still live, I'm guessing.
Talking, making animal sounds. Who the fuck want to deal with that? I gave up my life for this shit? No. Good luck. The best part about this shit is it's a fucking, you get a check. That's it.
Y'all heard that, right? The best part about this is that she gets a check. Not that she has offspring, someone that she can raise. No, the best part is getting a check. I did not know that Unconditional Love had a dollar amount on it. Wow.
I said what I said. I don't give a fuck. Think something abusive. The best part of it is the check. The rest of this shit is torture and hell. Can't go nowhere. Can't trust nobody with the motherfucker because everybody's nasty. And
Go ahead and go off, Janine. I'll get to that part of the live when I get to it. Go ahead. If you want to go there now and find out what she's saying right now, go ahead.
And she fucking her boyfriend in your house while you out. Because the bitch, some people can't stand to be by themselves. Nope. They can't stand to be by themselves, so they want to have their.
Oh, Moonstone, you going in. I thought it was Janine. Never mind. I'm so used to Janine going over there.
Your kid got molested. So I can't even have a babysitter. I should have. If I knew it was going to be like this, I wouldn't have had nothing. Listen, sweetheart. I'm not a male boyfriend. If he was in a home or a home, they would be fucking him up and beating him up. I don't touch my son. I yell at him. I get an attitude with him, but I don't abuse him.
You're abusing him verbally.
I say things. I say things
emotionally.
But I do not abuse him. Nope. Does he get on my nerves? Yeah. If I knew it was gonna be like this, I wouldn't have had nothing.
Go off. That's right.
For what? And all you bitches that are, you don't want to have kids. Smart, because I'm telling you, a lot of them are coming out autistic now. And
I'll tell you what her karma is. It's the fact that she told her older son that looks exactly like her. He told her that he didn't want her. She wants a son that is lighter skinned, and that's what she got. And I hate to say it, but maybe him being autistic is her karma. I hate the fact that he's got to have her for a mother, but it is what it is.
You need to ask yourself, if your kid come out fucked up, are you willing to deal with it and give up your whole life and you can't go nowhere? And you can't leave the motherfucker with nobody? Are
You
you
give
willing
up
to
your
do
life
that?
if you have a child that's
Because if you can't, and you
quote
forget about
normal.
traveling, all the shit that you wanted to do, you can't do it.
Your child should come
So unless
first.
you're willing to do that, you need to sit your ass down somewhere and say, you know what, I'm not having no kids, because they force you to give the kid a shot. They force that shit on you, and if you don't, they call it medical neglect. That's the term they come up with, medical neglect. Then they call up child services, and then they take your goddamn kid from you and vaccinate him as much as they want. And then he come out all fucked up and end up in the system getting raped up and abused. So you can play with this shit if I knew it was gonna be like this, I wouldn't have never had nothing. I had nothing. So nobody wants you out there. You got fucked over like I did. You got the short end of the stick. You do the best you can for the motherfucker, and good luck after that. I'm gonna hang on to it till I can't hang on no more, and then the system is gonna get him. And hopefully by then, you know, he ain't gonna be at the hands of the pedophiles, because he's gonna be old. By the time I give him up, he's gonna be like 25 years old. He's 17 now, so by the time I give him up, by the time he's around 25, the pedophiles don't want him no more. And that's that. I'm gonna do as much as I can and hold on for as long as I can to my child, but I can only do it so much. There's gonna become a point in time where I have to give him up, and by then he's gonna be too damn old for the pedophiles to want him.
So basically, you figure by the time he's 25, you should be set collecting his checks, getting everything that you want out of him around 25. Is that basically what you're saying, Crystal? He's 17 now, so at 25, if you save your money, you can rest in your femininity. Then you'll give him up. You ain't worry about no damn pedophile. You don't care about him now. Like you said, it's all about that check.
But I feel sorry for the bitches that, you know, the kids that have mothers that give them up when they're real young because they can't deal with that autism shit. Not everybody's going to do what I do. They're not going to hang on this long. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, you know, my thing is this. What are they going to do with these autistic kids? Like, what is the point of them fucking up these kids and making them turn autistic? Like, what are you getting out of that? Like, are you going to use them for organs?
You're using yours for checks. That's what you're doing. You're using yours for checks. Why do you care what they're going to do after you throw him away? You're using him for checks.
You're going to use them for your stupid little pedophile ring? I mean, what is the point of giving these kids, because a lot of them are going to end up in the system. Okay? Yep. And then they're going to have to start paying these foster mothers bigger checks to take these type of kids on.
Ooh, Celestial Oshan just said, did you just say
they're
that you're
use
in it for
organs.
the check?
Exactly. That's what I
Yes,
think
she
they do.
did. She's,
I think
are
they're gonna
you
use them for
serious?
organs.
Yes,
That's
she
exactly.
is.
And they want you to hurry up and put the kid in the home so they can take the organ. Then they're going to give you a phone call. Oh, Miss Crystal, we had to inform me, but we can't find him. He's lost. We don't know what happened. We went on a trip and we lost him.
That is
That's not what
disgusting,
happened.
Celestial Oshan. It sure is.
It's hard. You either name call or you hit. Your choice. When you're frustrated, what are you going to do? You either curse the person and say mean things that you don't mean, or you end up fucking a motherfucker up physically with your hands. I'm not doing that. I'd rather curse you under my breath and call you a little bit of a name and get it out my system than to put my hands on you and put bruises all over you. I'm not doing that.
A little bit of a
Will
name.
I curse under my breath and say, you motherfucker? Yeah, I'll do that. Hell yeah.
A little bit of a name? Are you downplaying it?
If I left my child with a person and I found out that the person cursed at my child, but they refused to hit my child, I'd rather leave my kid. I'd rather leave my child with somebody like that. I'd rather leave my child with a bitch that is frustrated and she curses and calls him all type of motherfucker, then leave my child with a bitch and my child end up with a pot in the pan hit upside his head and bruises over him. I'll wait. Because you're only human. You are only human.
And your son is human too.
You're gonna spaz out. I'd rather somebody spaz out and curse and call my son, oh, you motherfucker, oh, you get on my nerves. I'd rather somebody do that than beat my child up. I'm sorry. So you can sit there and judge all you want to. So you walk in my shoes, you have no idea what this shit is like.
She see them
day out, you can't go nowhere, you can't do nothing. Okay? You can't trust nobody. Okay? The motherfucker don't talk, he don't go to the bathroom, he spits, he vomits everywhere. You constantly cleaning up vomit and spit and shit. So until you gotta deal with that shit on an everyday basis, the motherfucker don't talk. If he wants something, he ain't gonna tell you. Okay? You gotta read his mind to figure.
No, you ain't gotta read his mind. You could have took him to some kind of speech therapy, something where y'all could have communicated with sign language or some kind of hand gestures where he can tell you he's hungry, he's sleepy, or he's got to go to the bathroom, or he wants to watch TV. Those 4 things. That's all you had to do. But you too lazy. Because all you need to do is keep him breathing so you can get them checks.
Out what he wants, and sometimes he just stands here and starts making noises and has a temper tantrum because he expects you to read his fucking mind. And if you don't read his mind and you don't figure out what he wants, he's gonna start throwing stuff and spitting and acting stupid, and you're gonna be sitting there with this retarded kid that's getting on your goddamn nerves, and there's nothing you can do about it. So until you've been in that type of situation, you cannot judge me. That shouldn't.
Oh, we can judge, and I'm going to judge you. Because there's plenty of information about how to handle him on the internet. But no, you use the internet to spew this garbage and to watch porn.
Very fucking frustrating when you deal with a motherfucker that don't point. He has 0 communication skills.
Your fault.
He doesn't even point.
Your fault.
Okay, back in 2014, they said that he was 16 months old. And the lady, she pulled me to the side. She said, ma'am, I'm being very generous when I say that. So basically with the bitch, you know what, I didn't want to get Brooklyn with her, but what you're trying to tell me is he's 6 months old, ma'am. Okay? You said 16, but you really mean 6 months. Because she said overly generous. Those are the words that the bitch used to describe him. So you can sit there and play with this shit if you want to, okay? What does a 6-month-old baby do? How intelligent is a 6-month-old baby? Exactly. Now imagine if you take a 6-month-old baby and put him in the body of a 17-year-old. There you go. That's what I got to do. Shit, spit, vomit, just like a 6-month-old. Limited brain function. Crying like a baby. No communication skills. So, I think what they gonna do with these motherfuckers, okay, they gonna use them for organs. That's why they that's why they tell you, oh, hurry up and put them in a home, Yeah, I know, so they can take them for organs. I know that trick. I know that trick. That's what they gonna do. That's what they're going to do. And they're gonna lie, and they're gonna say, oh, he's missing, we don't know where he went, he walked off, then you're gonna have a lawsuit. You might put a lawsuit on it. Okay, and it's gonna take you at least 15 years to get your money. I know the game. I did it before with these people. Okay.
She's telling a story about the Chinese food. Did
by
I
the
tell
time you
you
get your
this?
money, you're old and fucked up. I know. So I already know what they already got planned for Angelo. They want to take his organs. That's what they want to do. Probably take a liver, or they don't want his brain because his brain is fucked up. They want his liver, his heart, all that. I know. I'm not stupid. I know what they want to do. That's why I was like, all right, if y'all take his fucking liver and his organs, okay, motherfucker, you got that, but you ain't got. I'm not gonna let the pedophiles get him. That's why I'm keeping him as long as I can. So by the time they get him, he's gonna be all old. and they don't want them no more. They're not gonna use my. If they gonna get my son, they gonna get him for organs. They're not gonna get him for his got no damn nasty pedophile. Nope, I refuse. I refuse because I already know what they. I already know what these motherfuckers got, and he's still kind of young. He's only 17. I'm gonna try to keep this motherfucker till he's 25, and the pedophiles go, oh no, we don't want a reason. Exactly, bitch. You ain't getting my baby like that. If you gonna get him, you gonna get him for organs. It ain't gonna be for your little nasty sex thing. So, and that's what it is.
It's funny how she's gonna keep him till she's 25, till he's 25, to which that would make her 55. Does she figure by the time she's 55, she won't be able to handle him at all, and therefore she'll hand him off to another caregiver? I wonder if that's her plan. Oh, she's telling the story about the Chinese food again. I'll get to it.
I know the game. Oh, he in bed now. I threw that motherfucker. He got on my nerves. He came through. Ooh, eat. I got a bunch of snacks. Snacks for school. Okay, I bought that shit for school, and he want to eat it. He already threw up the first snack. Vomit everywhere. Now I gotta wait till he's asleep before I clean up the vomit. Okay. Plus, I'm in the middle of doing a live, so I'm not gonna stop my live to clean up some goddamn vomit. Fuck that. That shit can wait. So
That's nasty. You're not gonna stop a live to clean up some vomit. You could tell them to hold on for 5 minutes to clean that up. You get a mop, a towel, some paper towels, something, anything to clean that up. You don't give a damn. Where did he vomit? On himself, in his bed, on the floor? But it don't matter because you're doing a live right now. A bunch of women you don't even know. Yeah, you talk to someone on the phone, but you really don't even know them, haven't even met them. And they're more important than your child. CPS, where are you?
is in bed. There's vomit on the goddamn floor, and I'm not cleaning that shit up until his ass is sleeping. When he's asleep, I clean this shit up. I don't feel like doing it right now. I don't feel like smelling vomit right now. I'm sorry. So let his ass eat the. I gave him the what do you call those things? The little crackers, and he wanted his little cookies. I gave it to him. Hopefully he won't throw it up. So I'm not giving him no more snacks.
I hope he throws them cookies up. Now the crackers, the salt on them, yeah, those were good. Settle his stomach. But I hope he throws up again. I hope he throws up again.
But when you tell him no, he don't listen. He will have a temper tantrum until you give him what he wants. And he will eat until he throws up. That's how he is.
Celestial Oshan says, I hope you get CPS called on you again. This is ridiculous.
I'm sorry. Whoever said autistic kids are smart, then no. But when you tell them no, they have temper tantrums, they tear up your house, they don't like to listen. So imagine you telling him no for his own good, and he's having a temper tantrum in public. You gotta give him what he wants, even if it means that he's sick or he's gonna throw up on himself, because he's not gonna stop.
No, you don't give him what he wants. Just like any other child, you gotta tell them no. If you have given Angelo some structure from the beginning, when you say no 1 or 2 times, he'll know you mean business. That's just like any other child. But you give in to him, and he has learned that behavior, that if he throws a tantrum, he can get what he wants from you because you're just that lazy. You don't want to deal with him, so you give him what he wants, and he's learned that behavior. Autistic kids can't learn. It will just take them a little longer than regular kids, and he has learned that about you.
Crying until you give him what he wants. And if you're in public, you'll do anything for this motherfucker not to embarrass you to start crying. Because when he start crying, then everybody think you're abusing him. So a lot of times I gotta give him his way so he won't embarrass me.
You're already an embarrassment.
Yeah. If like for instance, when he came in here and he was demanding the snacks, even though he threw up, he have a bunch of vomit on the floor. He threw up on the floor because he ate till his stomach couldn't hold no more. He throws up.
No, he ate because you kept giving it to him.
That's how retarded he is. So I'm in the middle of doing a live. I'm not gonna fucking have you thinking I'm abusing this motherfucker. Because if I didn't give him the snack that he was crying for, he would have what? Embarrassed me. He would have started screaming.
So you're worried about what people think about you abusing your child because he's crying for a snack and you won't give it to him, and you're worried about people think you're abusing him. But you're not thinking about that when you're saying he's a demon and that the only good thing about him is the check that you get. You're not worried about those words, but you're worried about him crying because it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning and he wants a snack. And to keep from looking like a bad mother, you give it to him. And he's already throwing up and you give him more sweets. That makes no sense whatsoever.
Doing things and everybody would be calling child services. So I said, you know what? Let me give the motherfucker a snack. Let me give him the snack so he'll shut the fuck up and leave me alone. It's shit like that I gotta deal with. Shit like that I gotta deal with. Oh, there's nothing intelligent about this one. I said what I said. Okay? He's extremely slow. He shits on himself. He doesn't wipe himself. He doesn't have manual skills. Like, fine motor skills to open up stuff, and he doesn't have that. He's like a 6-month-old.
And again, Dan tried to teach him how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Get 2 pieces of bread, get the peanut butter out, get the jelly out. We're not going to give him a knife. Dan had him use a spoon and spread the peanut butter and jelly over the bread. And you said it was a waste of time. Dan was throwing a ball to the left, to the right, back and forth. And before you knew it, Angelo was able to understand what Dan was doing, and he would go to the other side before Dan even threw the ball. That quick, he learned what Dan was doing. So it's not hard to teach your child. All you have to do is give a fuck to want your child to learn what he can. And then you help him with the rest. But your ass don't care. You just want to sit around, eat chicken made nuggets, and talk about how fat you are, but you ain't even doing nothing about yourself. CPS, where are you?
Mm-hmm. It is what it is. I got, and you cannot tell me that this is a blessing. I don't see the blessing in this shit.
Then give him up.
There's no blessing. I do what I have to do. I do what I have to do by him, and that's it. I buy him the clothes. I buy him toys. I buy him things to entertain him, and I try to be a good mother to him. But this is a curse. And you.
How can you say all that in one sentence? I do what I have to do. I buy him clothes, buy him something to entertain him. How much time do you spend with your child communicating? Let me stop asking a question that I already know the answer to. It's zero. It's zero. Zero, 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 zero.
Not gonna, and a lot of people are not gonna keep it real with you. They're gonna lie. They're gonna tell you, oh, he's intelligent. Well, I heard they're very intelligent. They're lying. Maybe there are some that are intelligent, but not this one. This one is girl.
He could be functional if you gave a damn.
Okay, because at one point in time, he was kind of normal. Like, he was slow, but he could still do stuff. He regressed, meaning that he got worse. And
No. That was a time when you should have been teaching him stuff. That was a time when you should have been teaching him stuff. Oh, man, if I could slap a bitch.
They told you that's one of the things. This shit is like, this shit is the cousin of dementia. You remember B. Smith? B. Smith used to fall on the floor. She couldn't remember how to dress herself. She couldn't remember how to eat. They had to feed her like a baby. She could not remember to put the spoon in her mouth. You lose functioning, like learning how to do things for yourself, how to feed yourself, how to wipe yourself. She lost all of that. They had to wipe her. They had to put the food in her mouth
Please, she
for her.
gets an attitude when the sun rises
That's how
this
fucked up
morning.
dementia shit is. You forget how to do stuff, like how to eat for yourself. Imagine being so stupid you don't even know how to put a spoon in your mouth.
Oh yeah, attitude when she sees other women living the life she wants to live. Yup.
And that's why they said they got to get a home health aide for her, because she was to the point where she couldn't remember how to eat. How the fuck do you forget how to eat? How do you forget how to wipe your ass? Like, how does that work?
Oh, I hope you find out. I hope you find out.
Mm-hmm. So, and it's the same thing with the autism. 1 minute they could be totally fine. Okay, they could be fine. They could go, because he used to go to the bathroom. He used to go to the bathroom on the toilet. Now he shits on the floor. Before he used to go to the bathroom on the toilet. Now he shits on himself. And I gotta clean up shit every fucking day.
He's frustrated with you.
Right in his clothes. And sometimes that shit is creamy, and it gets under my nails, and it stinks. I can't even get my nails done. See, this is the part of autism they don't talk about.
Sometimes it's creamy, and it gets under my nail. Feed him right. Get him some fucking fiber in his diet. Not sugary sweets and all that sodium in those ramen noodles and frozen meals that you give. That shit is high in sodium and high corn fructose. That's why he's got creamy shit up under your nails.
What they don't talk about. And if I put and also he's having problems with his eating. He doesn't want to eat. He's acting like he's anorexic. And I have to force feed this motherfucker. I have to make him eat. That's why today I went to Walmart and I bought him a bunch of stuff, cookies and stuff that he likes to eat.
You bought him cookies and stuff he likes. My goodness. Man, shit.
If it's healthy stuff that I try to make him eat, he spits it out. He spits it out. He doesn't want to eat it. So I'm facing a crisis here.
Do you eat the healthy stuff? And I bet you probably buy that cheap generic shit which has absolutely no flavor. But you can find ways to have children eat stuff. I didn't like grits. One of my friends told me about sprinkling sugar in it a little bit. I like it now. Now I eat it without sugar, but as a kid I couldn't stand grits until my friend told me about putting sugar in it. Angelo won't eat broccoli. Put some cheese on it. Mix the good stuff with the bad stuff. Bad mother.
I bought a bunch of I ordered me a bunch of multivitamins. I ordered weight gainer that the bodybuilders use. I ordered some B vitamins, and I'm making him take a multivitamin because he's not getting the nutrition, and he lost weight. He lost a lot of weight, so I got to take drastic measures. Like I spent $60 on a weight gainer that the bodybuilders use to try to get the calories. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot. I deal with a lot. I deal with a lot.
I want to know what she cooks.
I just ordered some stuff for him.
I want to know what she cooks. As far as I know, I remember some time ago she was talking about how she was going to go in the kitchen and make him an omelet. And I thought to myself, yeah, right. So she's cooking this omelet while she's live. And it ends up being just scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs, that's it. I mean, she don't cook meals. Dan said that too. She will not cook meals. Stop feeding this kid snacks. Get him some meat and potatoes, vegetables, some bread, cookies, ice cream, and all the other shit you're feeding him is not good. And he's throwing it up because his stomach is tired of this shit.
I ordered the cilantro.
And he won't eat because he's tired of being sick from all the garbage you feed him.
The cilantro is supposed to be a heavy metal detoxer. It's a natural detoxifier, and it's supposed to remove some of the metals out of his system.
Okay. Good night, Janine.
So I bought that. I got the box in the mail today. So I'm gonna give him that starting when he comes home from school. I'm gonna put him on that.
Yep, she's making excuses.
Lots of water to try to flush out the metals. Oh, you gotta explain. Because some people, they're ignorant and they don't understand. And you can't really get mad at people because a lot of people think it's easy. They go by what they hear. Oh, I heard those type of people are intelligent, and they think it's no. But when you explain, you're cleaning up shit and vomit and feces, and the person doesn't talk and have temper tantrums, and there's vomit on their, and they don't think like it's like an animal.
She's
it's like an animal that has no brain.
Yeah.
And you got to take this kid everywhere you go. You don't get a break. You explain stuff to the kid, and he's not even looking at you. He doesn't talk. He doesn't.
She's going on a tangent crying about being poor. What? But she's a kept woman. Her bills are paid. She's got her house. Blah blah blah. What happened to all that? Did it disappear? I mean, at the stroke of 2020 thing, click clack, it disappeared. Oh, as a kid. Well, she's still poor now too. If she's asking for donations, she's still poor now too. Oh, let's get back to this.
He's not trying to learn how to talk. He's like, look at my mouth so you can learn how to talk. Nope, he's staring off into space. He's staring off into space.
You have to get his attention.
And everybody got something to say. Oh, I had a friend that came over here thinking she was such a smart ass. Oh, I can teach him how to talk. I used to work with autistic kids. I'd say, okay, smart ass, come on in. So she used to come over here popping up unannounced, which I can't stand when motherfuckers do that. But she popped up unannounced, and she was like, look at me, Angelo, look at me, Angelo. And he looking he not even looking at that bitch. He's staring off into space. I said, oh, wow, it's so easy, I'm a smart ass. I'm sitting on the couch laughing.
Because it's not going to happen in one day. And she's saying, look at her, because she's trying to get him to acknowledge her presence. And because autistic children, they will look around up in the air, look down everywhere else. She's calling him by his name to get him his attention, for him to realize that she's there. And no, it's not going to happen in one day. But what would you know, because you won't even try for 1 minute.
She said, Crystal, it's not funny. I could do it. I can make him talk. I used to work with them. I said, okay, go ahead, make him talk. She came over here all the time trying to make that motherfucker talk. He still ain't talking. She was like, and then she got frustrated and she grabbed his face. She grabbed his face and said, Angelo, look at me when I talk. Look at my mouth, Angelo. And she pointed to her mouth. I'm like, you dumbass bitch. Good luck. Good luck. He's not going to look at you. He don't look at nobody when they talk to him. He stares off into space. He doesn't pay attention. He's in his own fucking world.
That's how autistic children are. Get on the internet, get off the porn, and read about autism.
I tried to tell the dumb bitch that. She don't listen. Everybody knows more than you. And now we're at the point all these bitches are scared. They are what? And when I go to the Walmart and I got them with me in the Walmart, people are looking and how a normal kid would get out the way. The shopping cart is coming. You walk. He has no sense.
Hi, Mr. Dark Chocolate.
Okay. I'm in the way. Let me get up.
Crystal is, I don't know if her live is still going, but I pretty much started in the middle. She is talking about her treatment of Angelo and how the best thing about him is the check that she collects. And he's sick right now. He's been throwing up. She gave him some cookies probably about 45 minutes ago. and he threw up. She's not gonna clean up the throw up right now because she is doing a live, and her live is more important than cleaning up the vomit that Angelo spilled. So that's where we are right now. Oh yeah, she barely talks to him. Yeah, exactly.
Out the way. Nope. He'll walk right into the lady with the shopping cart. And I'm so embarrassed. I'm like, Miss, I'm so sorry. And she's looking at me like, what the? She's like, what the hell? Look where you're going. And I'm like, ma'am, he's autistic. He doesn't understand anything. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. My bad, my bad. I'm like, no, don't worry about it. She says, damn, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I said, don't worry about it.
That's a shame when strangers have more compassion for your child than you do.
You can see they feel like a piece of, because she was ready to curse him out. She's like, damn, you can't see. He walks right into her. Who does that? Now, a normal person, you see somebody coming towards you, you get the fuck out the way, right? No, not this one.
I hate to say that he's not normal, but we're gonna go with that. You know he's not normal, and you're just gonna let him roam around in front of people, and then oh well, he's dumb or artistic or whatever. That's that's not his fault. That's yours. That's your child. You know how he is. You should have him walking with you, not walking off in front of other people's carts and then making it seem like it's his fault. You're the parent. And that goes for a normal kid. You don't let your toddler run around. You don't let Angelo run around. Ooh, oh my God. If I could smack a bitch right now.
Walk right into the goddamn shopping cart. He's looking all around at the bright lights and looking all over the place. He's not paying attention to nothing. And the funny part is, he sees the shopping cart and he still walks into it. You can't tell me that's not slow. You cannot tell me that is not slow. Even a Down syndrome person would see the shopping cart and get out the way. Nope, not this one. He'll walk right into the goddamn shopping cart.
Yeah, she's very traffic. Lazy.
If we're crossing the street, I gotta make sure I hold on to him real tight because he'll walk right into the traffic. Look, if
okay, so you'll let him walk around Walmart and run into somebody's cart, but you'll hold his hand when you're crossing the street, as you should. But I'm guessing with the car you lose that check versus the shopping cart you wouldn't, so you don't give a damn.
You see a car coming towards you, will you get out the way? Not this one. Nope. He'll walk. Yep. That's why I said, if this one walks off, he ain't gonna make it. He not gonna make it past the first block. He gonna get hit by a car. So I don't see where the intelligence is.
Where's your intelligence?
I'm not seeing where the intelligence is. Because if I see a car coming towards me, my instinct, I don't care how slow I am, I'm gonna get the fuck out the way. I'm gonna.
Yes, it's danger. Disgusting.
He does not sense danger. He's like I said, he's like a 6-month-old baby in his brain. He's 6 months old mentally.
Well, okay then. If he's 6 months old in the brain, then the actual 6-month-old wouldn't know how to stop for a car. So if he's got a 6-month-old brain, then you need to treat him as such. Fat sack of shit.
All the way at the bottom of the spectrum. And nobody wants to deal with him. Nobody wants, because this one shits on himself. He doesn't go to the bathroom. He used to go to the bathroom. He don't go to the bathroom no more. He doodles on himself. And I gotta clean up shit 3 times a day. Creamy, stinky doo-doo. I gotta scoop, put gloves on, get in there, and he don't tell me he shit on himself. I gotta smell it. You can smell it from the next room. I gotta go into the room and say, oh, you went to the bed. And then I take a shit in front of my son.
See, not trying to compare her to her son, I would avoid it.
I point to the fucking toilet. I put his head near the toilet.
He would know. Yeah, he would know how. He would know this stuff. She cared to teach him.
Mommy made doodoo. Look, doodoo. Doodoo in the toilet. Doodoo in the toilet. Doodoo in the potty, Angelo. Doodoo in the potty. No more doodoo on the floor, okay? Nope. He's still.
Oh, melted dark chocolate. Yes, karma. Even though I'm behind on the actual live because I'm watching this on my TV. The live chat is live right now, even though I'm in the middle of the actual live. And they were saying, and she was talking about this being her karma, because they were in there. This is not your karma, Crystal. This is not your karma. So she thinks it is, and it's well deserved.
You can't tell me that's not so. Teach him how. He doesn't learn anything. He doesn't retain information. You show him with, you take a shit and you show him what's in the toilet. Angelo, doodle in the toilet from now on. No more doodle in pants. You might even spank his legs a little bit. No more doodle in pants. You point to the doodle that's in his pants and say, no, Angelo, no. And then you sit on the toilet and take a shit. Grab him by the head, because he doesn't listen, and you show him the doodle inside the toilet. He still doesn't get it. He still doesn't get it. That's how slow he is.
You have to potty train him over again.
Motherfuckers telling me these motherfuckers are smart. Not this one. Maybe some of them are, but this one.
As dumb as she keeps calling him, he ain't smart. He's dumb. He ain't smart. He's dumb. I bet you he's picked up on that, and he's realized even though he may not know what dumb and smart is, but her saying those things about his behavior, he's picked up on, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this shit because she's pissing me off. I bet he's smart enough to realize that.
I'm not seeing it. I think that's part of the reason why his father killed himself. Because he said, this fucking kid is all the way fucking retarded. You can't work with this one. And I think that's what really, really made his father kill himself.
Nah. Why would he kill himself and then leave the money to his son that you squandered away? He killed, because y'all weren't even sleeping together for the last 7 years. So he killed himself over you, sweetheart. I said what I fucking said.
It had a lot to do with him killing himself. He couldn't face the fact that he was that damn slow. Because some of them, you can work with them. Some of them, they go to the bathroom, they learn, you show them the doodle in the toilet, you take a doodle, and then you show them, and they understand. This motherfucker don't understand nothing. Nothing. It's to the point I don't want to go.
Oh, absolutely, picking up on emotions and tones. Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to embarrass myself. Because people are ignorant. They're not going to understand. And you can't reason with them. You know how you could take some people and say, oh, no, we're going to wait till we get home. And no, he will throw himself on the floor. He'll start screaming. He'll embarrass you. He'll knock over a whole display of glass. Did that happen to me in Brooklyn? There was a glass display of pickles. I will never forget the day. It was a big display all the way up to the ceiling of pickles. He knocked the whole goddamn thing over. He got mad and he threw himself into the display. Pickles every fucking where.
Did you pay for it?
Glass. The man told me, miss, you can't bring him to the store anymore. They dragged me to the back they took me to the back with the manager. They made me fill out some paperwork because it was a lot of merchandise that got broken. He knocked over the whole he threw his body into.
Oh yeah, melted dark chocolate. She's going to wait till he's about 25 so that by then he'll be able to take care of himself and won't get molested. So yeah, she's waiting till he's 25. He's 17 right now. She's gonna wait till he's 25, and then she's gonna put him in a home or somewhere. She said that earlier.
And not the whole fucking thing. I was so embarrassed. Can you imagine glass pickle juice everywhere? And people are looking at me like, oh my God. Because I was trying to control him and tell him, Angelo, come over here, come this way. We're going down this aisle now. He didn't want to go down that aisle. He wanted to go down another aisle.
See, what she can do in that type of situation is she can let him push the shopping cart, because that will give him something to do. to focus his attention on, maybe let him push the shopping cart by the handles, but at the same time she's pulling on the side to kind of guide him to make sure that he doesn't crash in front of anything. She could do that, but I bet she's not. I bet she's pushing the cart and he's running off, running into pickle jars.
So you don't understand what the fuck, and he's still acting stupid. He's in the other room making noises.
She's the shopping cart to help her stand. Yeah, that's true. That's true. She did say that.
Go to school, go to sleep. You got school in the morning. He don't give a fuck. He keep making noises. He'll eat that whole box of crackers until he throws up. And then I gotta clean up vomit, and then because I was gonna take that box of crackers and give it to the teacher, because he don't like to eat the school lunch. Nope. So I bought that box of crackers for nothing. It ends up on the floor in a pile of drawers. Go to bed, Angelo. I'm not Angelo. Go to bed. I said, packs of crackers. Go to bed.
He's awake again.
What? Eat what? No more eat. You already threw up the first thing. Go to bed, Angelo. It's getting late. Go to bed. Bye-bye. No more. Bye-bye.
Oh yeah, he's sick of her verbal abuse. He hears every word she's saying right now.
What you gotta do? I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want to do. Do whatever you do, because you're not gonna embarrass me on the live. I don't know what you want. I said go to bed. Go to bed, Angelo.
It's time for her to end her life and tend to her child.
Dad, you want it? Dad, I'm not gonna stop you. Dad, take whatever you want. You know more than me. I'm done. I'm not gonna sit here and beg you and kiss your ass and explain to you why you shouldn't eat it. Eat the whole fucking packet till you throw up. I don't give a fuck. I know one thing. I'm not buying it no more. I'm not buying it.
Yep, Mother of the Year.
Take what you want and go to bed. Go to bed, Angelo. Take one of them and go to bed. Bye. No more. He doesn't understand boundaries, and no. I can't take this motherfucker nowhere.
You need to set the boundaries. You never set boundaries. You just give him what he wants. He'll shut up and so you can do your lives. That's why he's acting like this. And on top of that, he's sick. So he's going to act out even more because his stomach is upset and he's vomiting everything you give him. Get off the fucking live and tend to your child. I'm sorry. Let me put it in a way that you can understand. Get off the live and tend to your paycheck.
And I can't leave him with nobody. I can't leave this kid with nobody. Oh, you need babysitter, you need respite. I ain't leaving this motherfucker with nobody. They'll kill him. They will kill him. They're not going to be as patient as me. They're not going to be as patient as me.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
I do not. Every now and then I'll smack his leg. I will smack him on the leg.
Food poisoning.
So he can say, no, Angelo, that's wrong. You got to do that. Otherwise, he'll really be a monster. But other than that, no. I'm not.
Oh, yeah, but see, the therapy would have cost money, and she's not going to do that. She'll put into her house, her wigs and whatever, and all that money, and she's still got a car to pay for, which she's using the cash apps that people are giving her to pay her car note. Cash apps are supposed to improve your channel, like buying damn phones that actually work and we can hear, the audio better. But no, she's putting that towards her car note that she's got to pay for because she's back to living check to check now.
Leaving this motherfucker with nobody because they'll kill him. He is annoying as fuck. I'm a prisoner. I'm a prisoner. My life is over. You want me to sit here and pretend? I'm glad I had a child. This is a curse. The best part of my son is the paycheck. That's it. All this other shit.
Yeah, I heard that. The best part of her son is the paycheck. That's the second time she said that.
And then I'm doodle, spit, can't talk. can't have a life, can't go nowhere, can't leave with nobody. No, it's a curse, sweetheart. And anybody that assisted that whose child is as low functioning as this motherfucker and tell you, oh, I love my child, but he's a curse, sweetheart.
Exactly, Moonstone. She wanted a light-skinned child. So what's the problem, Crystal? You got what you wanted. You got your light-skinned kid like you wanted. What's the problem?
What it is. It is what it is. Okay? There's no blessing in this. He throws up everything. He eats until he throws up. And then it's like he ate nothing. And he keeps losing weight.
Yes, there are plenty of people who take care of their kids because they love their kids.
To pleasure yourself, watch porn or eat. Because I'm not gonna sit here and get a drinking problem. I'm not gonna take no drugs. So there's nothing left to do but eat for pleasure or watch porn. That's why I do what I do. I ain't got no life. I can't go no goddamn where. I can't live with nobody. You think I can have a brat over here with throw up and shit all over the place? No. Ain't no man gonna deal with this shit.
You had Milkman and you had Dan. Milkman, he pretty much lived off of you. Dan tried to give you a better life. Tried to help Angelo, teach him how to catch a ball, make his own peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which you said was a waste of time. So you did have a man trying to help you out, trying to lessen your burden of a son that you claim you have, the curse that you have. But no, you didn't want that because you want Angelo dependent on you. Well, Angelo, give her what she wants. Keep shitting on the floor. Shit all over the place, Angelo. Give her what she wants. Your dependency.
I've given up the whole concept of having a man in my life. Ain't no man dealing with this, and I don't trust no man around my son because this motherfucker don't talk. It's not but a walking curse.
Child, trust me, your son ain't got nothing to do with why you don't have a man. And if you don't believe me, I can let you borrow my full-length mirror.
So it is. You got a better word for it, sweetheart? What would you call it? Because the only blessing I can see is I don't have to work. I don't have to work, but this is work. I'd rather take a 9 to 5 than deal with this shit. So all them people that say, oh, go to work, dumb bitch. I wish I could.
Oh, dumb bitch, you can go to work. You can put him on a school bus and you can go to work and be home to get him off the school bus. So there's no excuse. You can go to work. You can be a Walmart greeter, holding a cart, standing up. And then they try and take that cart. Oh, no. This is for me so I can stand. You got to go get one over there. Welcome to Walmart. Enjoy your shopping. Yeah, she can work from home too. She sure can. I wonder if her son fight her. Oh, if he's not, he will be. He will be. He will be.
I wish I could and find somebody that had the patience to not hit this motherfucker. To be patient with him and clean up doo and vomit 24/7.
Now, she just said she had a friend that works with autistic kids. See if that friend will babysit for you and then you can go to work. So there's somebody that's actually their profession who tried to help you. So there's your babysitter. There's no excuse for not working. Go do it.
And never take your eye off of him because you might take a nap and wake up and he's up the street somewhere getting hit by a car with ambulances all over the place. Because you can't relax with the motherfucker. You can't take a nap. When he's home, my life is over. When that bus pulls up, my life is over. Whatever little break I had, it's over. It's over. That's why I used to do them long lives when he was in school. I used to do 6-hour lives, 7-hour lives while he was in school. Because the minute the motherfucker come home, that's why I used to do the long lives all night long.
No, she can't leave that chair.
Because I couldn't do it while he was up. Because he's interrupting my lives. He's acting stupid. He's having a temper tantrum. I have to stop what I'm doing. I'm trying to hold on as long as I can with this kid. 25 is my cutoff. When he is 25, I'm putting him in the home.
Y'all hear that? 25 is the cutoff. He'll be 25 and she'll be 55. So she's got a few more years to collect them checks and get her shit together. We'll see.
I'm not going to put him in home at 21. He's still too young. I'll wait till he's 25. And when he's 25, I'm done. I'm throwing in the towel. I can't do it no more after that. And I don't want to do it after that. 25 is long. That means I gave up a lot of my life. I'll be damn near 60 by the time I put this motherfucker in home.
You'll be 55. You're 47.
You know, he don't wear no diapers. He wears regular underwears and he shits in them. And I gotta go behind him and clean it up.
I can't imagine not mopping around when I was sick. I couldn't stand the smell.
This is whoever. Am I happy? No.
Yeah, she was talking about she can't stand the smell either, but she's letting it sit there on the floor or wherever he threw up at.
I regret everything. I should have never had nothing. If I knew it was gonna be like this, I wouldn't have had nothing.
Yep, she's used to the smell.
He's here now. When he was first born, he was gorgeous. Little high yellow baby with curly hair. Oh, and then I got old girl. Girl, I'm done. I'm done with this shit.
Oh, you're done because he ain't cute and cuddly no more. Well, guess what? Back then he was shitting on himself then too. Did you clean that up? High yellow baby with curly hair. Is she serious? Mm-hmm. That's what she wanted.
There's no, and I seen one in the supermarket today when we was at the Walmart earlier, because we went to Walmart earlier. Okay, and Blackistan drove us because I don't drive at night. I do not drive at night. Okay, Blackistan drove us.
Blackistan drove because she don't drive at night. Well, you don't drive. Well, you don't drive in the daytime either. Blackistan drove her. Blackistan cut her grass for $200. Blackistan did this. Blackistan did that. But she ain't got time for Tyrone. She can't stand Tyrone. They're killing every 5.5 hours, Tyrone. Stay away from Tyrone. But he drives you to Walmart, he cuts your grass, and you have 2 of them in your house for interviews. But they're dangerous, though. Don't have them around your kids, though. But you do, Crystal. When are the rest of your subs gonna wake up?
And I paid him to drive us. And seen a little white boy looking all funny looking and acting weird. And he was with his father, and I said, oh boy, that poor man. I know exactly what he's going through. You can tell when they're autistic because they look all weird and stupid. And the boy was walking weird and acting weird and making sounds. I was like, oh boy, that poor man, he's holding on. He is holding on.
What you should have done is went up to him and probably asked for some tips on how to handle children like that. But I bet you didn't. She wanted a high yellow baby. What's wrong? Yeah, that's what she told her other son. She wanted a light-skinned child. She didn't want him. He was too dark. It was just, I don't know if y'all seen her son. I think his name was Tony, Anthony, something like that, I think. Have y'all seen him? Because he looked exactly like her. Just take off the wig and throw on a beard. I mean, spitting image. Woo!
A break.
Oh yeah, it's her
Let me
twin.
tell you something, sweetheart. Love and light, you have no idea, sweetheart.
Oh, you should see
What
him.
this
You
shit
should.
does to people.
Ooh. He's got a channel
What this
on
condition
YouTube.
does to
I don't
people.
know if it's still there, but yeah, I've seen him. He
Yeah,
looks
it
exactly
really
like her.
sucks your soul.
Just put a beard
It
on her.
sucks your soul. You know, and that's why I talk to that's why I'm in
She's
touch with
spitting him
the
out.
divine mother, because she's unconditional love. That's all God is nothing but unconditional love. Okay, and I try to tap into that energy part of me, where it's unconditional. Because anybody can love you when you're normal, you're good looking, you know, you're a star athlete, you're their child, and they're bragging about you. Anybody can love you when you're doing good. But can you love a motherfucker if they drooling and shitting all over the place, and they having temper tantrums, and they don't understand nothing, and they have the brain of a 6-month-old baby? Can you love them then? And they take away your life, and you can't leave them with nobody. Can you love them? Will you still love them? That's the question.
Do you?
Okay, now these bitches are scared to get pregnant. Okay, all of you bitches that's in the chat, y'all are terrified of this shit. Y'all say, oh my God, yo, what you gonna do? What you gonna do if your kid come out fucked up? Because they're gonna force some shots on you. If they don't
Facts,
they
Moonstone.
call child
Facts.
services if you don't get the shot, and the child can't go to school. And if the child don't go to school, they take your kid. They say, oh, the child is 5 years old. The child should be enrolled to school. Or you keeping the child home. Or you don't want to get the child home. You don't want to give the child the shots. That's medical neglect. And they act like the shots are no big deal. And you sitting here saying, I know at least 4 or 5 bitches with autistic kids. Nah, I don't want to give my kid those shots. They still push it. And everybody's looking around. Everybody's and the ones that, and some of the kids come out mildly autistic. You know, the ones who come out high functioning, they be showing off to the bitches with the real retards like mine. They be like, oh, mine could talk. I can't shut mine up.
Ooh, jealousy.
They say shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Jealousy.
I deal with a lot. Yeah. There's a spectrum within the special needs community. You see, these teachers and administrators, they want to deal with the easy cases. The ones that know how to wipe themselves and go to the bathroom and follow directions. These motherfuckers are delusional. They're telling me, oh, he's gonna, you know, go into the living skills program, because he graduates this year. We're gonna put him in the living skills program, and there's a chance that he could have a job. A job? I wanted to curse this dumb bitch out. I said, bitch, he can't even talk. He can't wipe.
If they're talking about putting him in that living whatever she just said, then apparently they know more about her son than she does. Right there, before I even let her finish what she's about to say, she is fearful that if he learns to do shit, he won't need her, or at least he'll need her less. She's fearful just by them saying that. I don't even have to hear what she's about to say, but she is fearful that he even has an ounce of independence. She can't lose her money. Like, how dare you tell her that she can work for? Exactly. She don't want him to have an ounce of independence. None whatsoever.
His ass. He can't follow a basic direction. What fucking job are you talking about? Dumbass.
Oh, well, let's see. You go to Walmart a lot. I've seen mentally challenged, physically challenged people working at Walmart doing stuff. I saw one guy, there's a guy at McDonald's, matter of fact. Let's see, on one hand, I think he either got 2 or 3 fingers. He hands me my food. You go to Walmart all the time, he could, I don't know, stock some shelves or something. Maybe not give him pickle jar, but he can do boxes of cereal and stuff like that, that if it fall on the floor, it won't break. He could be a Walmart greeter. There's a woman there who pushes, she can't talk, but she's there and press the button and it says, welcome to Walmart, when she presses the button. So he can have a job. But then you see that as him not needing you. And it's a damn shame that if your mentally challenged child can get a job before your fat dumb ass can. How embarrassing would that be?
Ass bitch. This motherfucker, he won't even be able to have a basic job where you pick something up and put it in a bag. He needs constant direction.
Oh yeah, they'll smoke her in the
You gotta
looks
do it for-
department.
Girl.
What else y'all got?
This is what
Swear
I
how
do. I
she
made a
doesn't
deal with
want
the
him to
divine
do
mother. I said,
anything but
listen,
so most abuse towards
you do what
him.
you gotta do, but take this motherfucker before you take me, because I'm not leaving my child.
Right.
I know.
She don't want him around, but
they
then
gonna
she
fuck him
needs him for that check.
He gonna go through all kind of hell if I'm not here. If I'm not here, they gonna beat him up. They not gonna feed him, because right now I gotta force feed this motherfucker. I gotta make him
exactly, Moonstone.
He eats it, chews it, spits it back out. I'm like, it's not doing any good if you don't swallow it. You're not getting the nutrition, and he keeps getting skinnier and skinnier and skinnier, and then it's
probably because what she's feeding him is nasty. Now there was a point where she was feeding him and he was putting on weight. It was one of those videos. She's in that black dress and that back that ass music is playing. I don't think she. I don't know if she was playing the music, but Miss Elite was playing the music that backed that ass up, and she was jiggling her ass, and you could see Angelo sitting at the picnic table or whatever, looking back. He looked pretty healthy right there. Even Crystal Alive said at one point she was feeding him and he was gaining weight. So what happened? It might be food poisoning. It might be some kind of digestive issue that he's got going on. But she ain't gonna take him to the doctor to find out what's wrong. She's just gonna yell at him to stop throwing up. She don't give a shit. He's got to be damn near death before she does anything. What are y'all saying? She can't touch you and looks her body. She's going to kill him if she doesn't figure out what's making him avoid eating anything she feeds him. Yeah, she don't care. She's going to yell at him and call him stupid. He'll have to fall out and pass out on the floor. And maybe then she'll call 911 because she'll be thinking ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching.
Teacher is talking to me about
and ambulance rides ain't cheap either.
I'm saying, oh yeah, I'm like over 300 pounds, and I eat the refrigerator, and every time I eat, this kid should be 300 pounds like me. Nope, he spits it back out.
Nope, can't lose that money.
Spits out the food. So now I'm at the point where I gotta get a weight gainer drink that the bodybuilders use to keep some weight on them.
But he still has to eat.
And we're gonna see what happens with that. I ordered 5 pounds of that shit. It's 6 pounds. It's 6 pounds of weight gainer. So I'm gonna give him that twice a day to see if that'll keep the weight on him. Yeah.
Hi, Juanita.
It's hard. Listen. He got the book thrown at him. He's all the way fucked up. He's not a little bit slow. I could work with him. Nope, this motherfucker's all the way fucked up. If you watch him, be prepared to deal with shit, vomit, feces, not talking. He got the book thrown at him. There's nothing good about this kid.
No, the book was thrown at you. You treat your first child like shit, wishing for a light-skinned one. You got that. Divine Mother Feminine or whoever took your daughter, so you ain't got that. You got exactly what you wanted, probably not what you wanted, but you got what you deserve. I hate it for Angelo, but it is what it is. Suck it up, bitch. Suck it up.
I got not one good thing to say about him. I do what I have to do by him, but I don't get any pleasure out of my son. So if that's what you're asking, no, I don't.
What kind of pleasure are you talking about, Crystal? What kind of? There should be some. Them checks should have been pleasurable enough, right? Right? Trap House Queen.
I get pleasure when I see him laugh. Like if there's something on television and I'm in the next room and he's laughing, that brings me pleasure. That brings me pleasure. But other than that, seeing him laugh.
No, she doesn't have a daughter. Her daughter died. I don't know if it was stillborn or took a couple of breaths or whatever, but she had a daughter, but it didn't make it. I don't know exactly, what the whole story is on that, but daughter's not here. Angelo is basically her son husband. He's providing for her. Oh, oh yes, 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 Moonstone. Yes, he is the son husband. As much as she talks about sex, I'm pretty sure he's that son husband in other ways too. All that sex talk. She was stillborn. Okay, stillborn. Okay, gotcha.
Or seeing him happy, or watching him while he's sleeping and he's getting a good night's rest, that brings me pleasure. Knowing that he's safe in my house, or he's in the backyard on a trampoline rocking back and forth and looking up at the sky in his own world, that brings me pleasure.
He's sleeping in his bed. He's safe in your house. He's jumping on the trampoline. All those things bring you pleasure. Why do they bring you pleasure? Because those are moments where you really don't have to deal with his shit on the toilet, on the floor, on your nails, the vomit on the floor, whatever. That's why it brings you pleasure, because you don't have to deal with him in those moments.
But other than that, this shit is hell. I don't get no pleasure from this.
See?
Absolutely fucking not. So, and them bitches, and let me tell you something. The ones that have these kids that can talk and interact with other kids and defend themselves and go to the store and ride their bike and do normal things, they compare. They think that they say, oh yeah, mine is on the spectrum too. On the spectrum where, motherfucker? Yours has a chance of having a normal life. This motherfucker, mine is all the way fucked up. Mine is what? All the way fucked up. Yours can go to the bathroom.
That's why it's a spectrum, dummy.
He's just a little bit slow. This one is all the way fucked up. And that's why I feel isolated from the special needs community. Because a lot of times, they take these high functioning ones and they compare them to your kid. And how do you tell somebody who's, oh, I can't get mine to shut up? And you sitting there like, wow, I wish mine would say one word.
Oh, I don't know if Angelo would be able to talk, but y'all could communicate through sign language. If you would, I don't know, get him a bicycle, put some training wheels on it or whatever. Get yourself a bicycle with a couple of more seats, and y'all can go riding bikes together in the park.
Mine says eat. That's the only word he says is eat. Other than eat, he don't talk.
No surprise there, considering how fat you are, that he would only know the word eat. Oh, that's funny. That is so funny. Mm-mm-mm.
He doesn't say. Before, I used to try to teach him the word juice.
They both be eating,
water, nothing. All he says is eat. He uses the word eat for everything.
And that's where you open the refrigerator and you say, you have him point to what he wants to eat. Or, sandwich, orange juice, drink, whatever. That's the way to communicate. He says eat, you open the fridge. Which one, Angelo? And he can point eat to whatever it is that he wants. Duh.
So it's lonely. It gets lonely. Because you can't even talk to other parents because their kids are higher functioning. They don't understand. Come on, girl, let's go to the nail salon and get our nails done. How do you explain to somebody, I can't do that?
Put down the porn sites and go on looking for other parents dealing with autistic children who are on the same level as Angelo, and then y'all can talk and you can learn things. That's what you do. Since you want to be jealous of the high functioning ones, find a support group for the ones who are on the same level as Angelo. Get off the porn sites. Get off the dating apps. Get off the fanboy, TikTok. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Get off that shit and learn about your kid.
Do 3 or 4 times a day. I'm not gonna get doodle under my nails. How do you explain that type of shit? He don't say. He goes, "Buh." And you gotta make him say that. He used to say "mama." He don't say it no more. He says "eat." He don't even say "mama." And another thing, I think that made his father depressed. His father used to try to hug him and he used to push his father away. And his father used to feel like, he took everything personal. He was a very depressed man. This man was suicidal. He ended up committing suicide. But he used to try to get a hug from his son, and Angelo would be fidgeting, and he wouldn't stay still, and he would push him away. So that made him really, really depressed. He couldn't even get a hug from his son. Not only is your son fucked up, but he don't even hug you. So it was just a lot. He did the best he could while he was on Earth, and now he gave in.
Because she doesn't do anything but bully and berate him. If she loved her children first, she would have.
So much. Oh, I got a house because it's the only thing I ever had. That's worth talking about.
Could have been there.
Yes, exactly. Melted dark chocolate. Yep.
I'm fat.
He could watch his brother while she go out and live her life, go on dates.
I got a bad back. I got scoliosis in my back, which is very painful. So I can't even stand up for more than a couple of minutes at a time. Then I got to sit back down.
Now, y'all just heard her. She's got scoliosis in her back, and she can only stand up a couple of minutes at a time before she has to sit down. A couple of minutes at a time. And she's 47. Do y'all really think she's going to make it till 55, which is the age she will be, and Angelo will be 25? Do y'all think she's really going to make it to that age before she puts him in a home or gives him to someone else? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, she won't make it. And as far as that scoliosis is concerned, when I used to mod for her and we talked on the phone and she talked about losing weight, I actually Googled exercises for people with scoliosis. And I told her there are exercises she can Google and do them. But did she? No, she did not. She don't care. There are also online support group for parents with autism. Yeah, exactly. She can go on. If she gave a damn, she could do that. But all she's worried about is rubbing on her pussy and blow jobs for kitchen appliances and collecting that check and eating chicken nuggets. That's all she cares about.
And it's like I have to make myself be happy. I have to find my.
And speaking of that NutriBullet, she could put vegetables in along with fruits, because fruits have natural sugar. She could throw some fruit in there, put it in that NutriBullet, and make him a smoothie that he might like, and Angelo can eat that way and get his nutrients that way. But she won't think about that. She probably ain't touched that NutriBullet since the first time she made something. She just wants to complain all day for people to rub her well back. Yep.
Sunshine. Because if I don't look for it actively or create my own sunshine.
Oh yeah. What's that guy? That Jose. What's his name? Because she called him one time on her live. His name is Adrian. I want to say Adrian Ramirez. She called him one time on a live, but it went to his voicemail. Yeah, she sucked it for a $50 NutriBullet. Shit. But yeah, she can make some smoothies, throw some vegetables in there with some fruit in there to hide the vegetables, and he can eat healthy that way. I got one myself. I make smoothies all the time with them.
I will not.
But I bought mine.
I will probably jump in the river already.
I bought my NutriBullet.
The reason why that nigga jumped in the river is because he knew I was strong and I was going to take care of Angelo. I would never leave Angelo behind. And if I want to, listen, I'm the type of motherfucker, if I kill myself, I'm killing this motherfucker with me. We both going out. I'm not leaving this dummy behind. No.
Did y'all hear that? If she kills herself, she's going to take Angelo with her. Let me back that up a couple of seconds and let that repeat.
I have to make myself be happy. You know, I have to find my sunshine. You know, because if I don't look for it actively or create my own sunshine, I will not. I'll be like my son's father. I will probably jump in the river already. You know, the reason why that nigga jumped in the river is because he knew I was strong and I was going to take care of Angelo. I would never leave Angelo behind. And if I want to, listen, I'm the type of motherfucker, if I kill myself, I'm killing this motherfucker with me. We both going out. I'm not leaving this dummy behind. No.
Y'all heard that right. Someone needs to call CPS on. That's a threat. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Share, like, subscribe, share this video. CPS, where are you?
They'll kill him. I will be haunting my son from the grave. And if they beating on him or starving him because he getting on their nerves or doing some shit, I would be a ghost haunting somebody. I would not rest in peace. So no, I'm not doing that. If I was to kill myself, I would take this motherfucker with me. I'm not leaving myself behind. And you know what?
And that's what the cops would call murder suicide. She is talking about murder suicide. Let's see. How can I put that in the title? I'll shorten murder and self-deletion and murder of her son or something. I'll come up with something.
I'm gonna tell you another thing. I was lucky because one of my girlfriends said that to me. She said, "Crystal, have you ever stopped to think? I know you're depressed about your son's father killing himself, but have you ever stopped to think, damn, what if you would have woke up that day and went to the front of the house and your son's father and your son was missing? What if he would have jumped in the East River and took your son with him?" I didn't even think of it like that. He could have took Angelo with him. I could have woke up and both of them could have been gone. You know? But what did he do? He was sneaky. He left me his pension and killed himself. And said, you deal with it. I'm not dealing with this shit.
He didn't leave it to you. He left it to Angelo.
Nope. Like I said, men are not as strong as us. Men are not as strong as us. You see what I'm saying? And I made a deal with the Divine Mother. I said, if you're going to take my son, take him in a peaceful way. You know, don't make him suffer. Because I really, honestly, I do not want to leave my son behind. And I want him to die before I do. I don't want to go first. I do not want to go first.
What? Take him before I... What? I have never in my life heard a parent say that they want their child to die before them. I have... rewind. Wait a minute.
You see what I'm saying? And I made a deal with the Divine Mother. I said, if you're going to take my son, take him in a peaceful way. You know, don't make him suffer. Because I really, honestly, I do not want to leave my son behind. And I want him to die before I do. I don't want to go first.
So is this your way of a slow death by feeding him stuff that you know he gonna throw up? That way he loses weight and just wilters away to nothing, to a bag of bones? Is this your slow way of killing your son, Crystal SWIRLZ? Now, if you were to do something to him and then rush him to the hospital like you gave a damn, then that would be what they call Munchausen syndrome.
I do not want to go first. This is not the type of world where you want to leave this type of child behind. And you think you're gonna rest in peace. You're not. You're gonna be turning in your grave. Okay? This the whole thing is fucked up. And you really don't know you live in a constant state of fear of the future. What happens is, and he said, "Oh, Crystal, why you don't want to? You know, you got to get out the house. You got a car sitting in your driveway. You never go nowhere. Go in your car. You drive to Walmart and back. You never hit the highways. You don't know how to do the GPS thing. You got to learn eventually. People say, oh, Crystal, why you don't drive the car? Because I'm scared. I'm scared if I get in an accident, who's going to take care of my son? So this shit changes every fucking thing.
Now, okay, she lived in New York, didn't need a car, but you've been in Florida since what, 2017, 18. It's time to learn how to drive. I mean, seriously. It's time to learn. And if you don't want to be around a whole lot of traffic, then go late at night, early in the morning before traffic hits. Just basically just, go down a street, make a right turn, make a left turn, make a right turn, make a left turn, and then when you're ready to go back home, just do the opposite or put your address in a GPS and it'll take you right back. Or just put in dollar store and then let the GPS take you there, and along the way you might see other stores that you've never seen before, and then you know how to get places. But just going 2 miles down to Walmart, I bet she don't even know where the local hospital is if she needed to take Angelo there.
It changes everything in your fucking life. Okay? I don't want to get in my car because and sometimes when I put him in a car with me, I'm saying, damn, okay, if we get in an accident and I die and he's still alive, that's still not a good situation. So I live in a constant state of hell. Okay, this is hell. This autism shit. I ain't talking about the motherfuckers that are high functioning. Okay, they could kiss my ass. Okay, your kid could talk, your kid could wipe himself, your kid could run away if he's in danger, your kid got some type of brains. But the ones that are really, really retarded and slow, this is hell. This is hell. Don't let nobody lie to you. And all you bitches that say, I don't know if I'm going to get pregnant. I don't know if I want to have a baby. Girl, bye. Don't do it. Don't do
Stop
it.
putting fear in people.
You don't know if the motherfuckers going to come out normal. Now they talking about one out of 80 of these motherfuckers come out retarded. Okay? You can take a chance if you want to, sweetheart. If you know you're not built like that, don't do it. Don't do it. Because I'm gonna tell you something. You ain't gonna get no man to be with you with a kid like this. I couldn't have a man live with me and find out that this kid shits on himself and he don't go to the bathroom.
Cause he be looking at you wondering what the fuck.
What man gonna deal with this shit? His father didn't. Even his own father didn't want to deal with this shit. You understand what I'm saying? So, this is what I be thinking. This shit is karma. This shit is karma. Okay.
Can't even get a man without your son. Nope.
When I was 14, I had a pregnancy that I didn't keep. I didn't keep it, and I be thinking that this shit is karma because of that pregnancy. Because I didn't keep it, and I was pregnant by my first son's father, and he was 24 and I was 14, and I didn't keep it. My Caribbean grandma made me get rid of it. So I be thinking a lot of shit.
Hold up. Is she talking about her daughter, her Caribbean grandmother made her not have it? I thought we just talked about the fact that she said it was stillborn. And even though I didn't quite remember it being stillborn, I do remember even her stories back then that when she was talking about it, it wasn't her choice. Like she lost it. Stillborn. Now she's talking about it like it was a choice. She didn't have it. Come on, Crystal. What's the problem, Crystal? You got what you wanted.
I be thinking that this is karma for the abortion I had when I was young, when I was a teenager. I be thinking that shit now. I be thinking that, or maybe this is karma from another lifetime.
This story changes all the time.
Whatever it is, I'm good. I'm telling you, girls, if you jump out here with these men and have sex and get pregnant, and you come up in a situation like mine, you think that man gonna stick around? You might be prepared to deal with the shit all by yourself.
It looks that way,
All
Moonstone.
by yourself. Yeah. Because everybody else, when you have a normal kid, the kid.
I guess maybe at the time she might have been talking about sons are curses, daughters are better, and then to turn around and admit that she deleted a daughter, people would be looking at her like, But then again, they don't look that way at her now, so they probably would have just ignored it. And probably, well, you probably did what's best. You were too young to have a kid. Your grandmother was right. They would have made it, they would have turned it into a positive some kind of way. Ooh, I'm getting a horse.
He goes off to college, he gets married, has a normal life. You know you're eventually gonna have your freedom. This is you ain't gonna never have freedom with this type of kid. It's never gonna end. You're always gonna be. He's gonna be for the rest of his life. He's gonna need care for the rest of his life. So unless you're willing to sign up,
You can have your freedom now. You can put him somewhere where they can take better care of him. You can have your freedom now, but that freedom is going to come at a price of your fat ass having to get up and work because that check is going to disappear. But I think Dan said, I don't know if they take the whole check, but they'll take a good portion of it. I think that's what he said. But either way, she don't want to lose the money.
something like that, don't have no kids. Because as long as they pushing this autism shit on us and the vaccinations, don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't blame his autism on vaccinations.
Yeah, I think he is kind of my karma. You know, somebody got to pay for that abortion. So I think this is what it is. You know. My thing is this. Listen, I do what I gotta do. Okay, I do, and that's why you see me talking to you, describing everything that I go through. So people are quick to judge my weight. Okay, people are quick. Try to stay stuck in the house all day. You got nothing else to do. You depressed. You look at your son. He's depressing. He does depressing things. Okay, you constantly cleaning up shit and vomit. Okay, there's always something with this kid. You don't have you can never relax. Okay, everything is, he's always doing something that, I mean, when I tell you you're in a constant state of watching him, like you could break something and glass gets all over the place, and when I tell you gotta spend 2 days on the floor looking for the smallest piece of glass, because if it gets in his foot, it's over. Game over. It's little stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Or if he has a cavity, okay, he can't tell me he got a cavity and that his teeth hurt. He's just gonna be crying and crying and crying and crying. Girl.
Hi, Kay
He
Lane.
don't talk. So how you gonna know? That's why I ask every day, the Divine Mother, do not let him have a health issue. Like, especially something I got to do with his teeth.
Oh, well, he might have some kind of health issue now if he's throwing up everything. So, I mean, do whatever it takes to get him out of her clutches. Whoever you pray to, Divine Mother, Feminine, God, Jesus, whoever, do whatever needs to be done to get him away from her.
You know, like a cavity or something that he can't, that's really excruciating, and he can't discuss, because he don't even point. He don't even point. This one don't even point. He's just gonna be crying and crying and crying and crying. So if he get a cavity or something, I'm fucked. I am fucked.
That's where you go and show him how to brush his teeth.
It's hard.
You
It's
brush
really
your
hard,
teeth,
girl.
he
I'm
watches you. You
and
put the
as far as the
toothbrush
divine
in his hand, you put your hand over his hand, and you put in his mouth, and you show him how to brush. You show him how to brush. You get all this time on your hands. You don't go to work. You don't do anything. You want to stop being depressed. You want him to stop being depressed. Show him how to do stuff on his own.
mother feminine, hmm, girl, I be getting an attitude with her sometimes. So please don't be thinking that it's all gravy with me and her. I be duking it out with her fucking ass. I be like, mom. I be like, mommy, God, can you cure him? I be doing all type of witchcraft on this motherfucker. I be doing all type of shit on him. You think I don't be doing witchcraft on my son? Trying to cure him of this shit?
What?
Hell yeah. So my thing is that I be saying, God, I made a deal with mommy God. I said, listen, I will tell people about you and do long lives talking about you and praising you. Cure this motherfucker. Because I can't do this shit no more. I be talking to her. We be doing, and every day I live thinking, okay, today's going to be the day that I wake up and he focuses and he talks. Even if he doesn't talk, he points. He starts waking up and autism is gone and she cured him. No, every day it's the same thing.
Whatever God you pray to, God helps those who help themselves. Rule number one, you got to do the work too, Crystal. I'm sure she gets some kind of Medicaid for him. Does she take him to the dentist? Probably not. She probably don't take him to the dentist. She might reconsider who she praises. Yeah, she ain't gonna do that. Rethink who you praise. She probably don't take him to dentist. I know she. There was a time when she went to the dentist. I know that. I remember that little video when she went.
Over and over and over. So it takes a lot for me to even believe in Mother God. It takes, because I know you hear me talk about her a lot, but I get an attitude with her sometimes. I do. I do.
You doubt your goddess?
And I was like, damn, I'm up here preaching about you and talking about you and telling people who you are, and you can't give me a break. But then I just shake my head like, well, it's in your hands, Mother God. You know best. I'll do.
And first of all, you don't pray to get something in return. You're supposed to be praying for other people and things to help them, not tit for tat. I'll do this if you do this for me. So you're wrong right there, number one.
I'll deal with my punishment for the abortion. I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. But it sucks though. It sucks. I be thinking, what the fuck did I do in my past life to deserve this bullshit?
Everything.
That's why I said you gotta watch who you have children by. Because his father, he suffered from severe depression. He had a chemical imbalance of his brain. And on my side, bipolar schizophrenia is rampant.
And those two mixtures, ta-da, is probably why you have an autistic child. Because I know somebody that has two autistic children, and it was something with them and something with the mother, according to them, that caused the autistic children. Because they had another child with somebody who didn't have an issue, and that child came out fine. So, according to them, both parents have to have a situation going on to have an autistic child. At least that's one way.
Okay?
The vaccines can be another, I
You can call
guess.
it bipolar schizophrenia. Okay? And on my side of the family, okay, we can hear things. Okay? We know things and we can hear things. We got psychics and we got people that can hear things. Okay? I got both. I got a touch of the shine. The shine is when you know things before they happen.
Oh, is that right? The shine, you got to touch the is the light gone out? Because if that's true, then you would have known you would have had autistic son,
then you could have did whatever you wanted to do, so you wouldn't have to be going through all this. And you know, stop lying, Crystal. Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying.
Okay, and you can't determine when you want to hear it. It happens whenever it happens. People say, "Oh, if you had the shine, and well, how come you don't know? How come you didn't win the lottery?" It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. It comes at unexpected times.
Yeah, I wonder, did she know about living paycheck to paycheck?
Mm-hmm.
Did she know about her scoliosis? Having
Now,
her balance herself
and
on
the thing
shopping
about it
carts?
is this. Now, back in the olden days, they would have burned me at the stake. They would have called me a witch. They would have called me a witch and burned me at the stake.
Oh no, she ain't one of them. Nope.
Because I be having visions and stuff. I be having visions. Sometimes I hear voices and stuff like that. But yeah, I be knowing things before they happen.
Child, you schizophrenic.
You know, I knew before I went to that hospital when my daughter was stillborn. I knew.
Break the stake.
I felt it. I felt it.
She put the fire out.
I was very calm. I knew I wasn't going to come home with her. A part of me knew. The way 1 + 1 is 2, I knew she wasn't coming home with me. And I just stood there in the kitchen like, wow. I felt the pain in my stomach. I called the cab. I got into the cab, and I was very calm on the way to the hospital. And when I went to the hospital, the lady said, "You cannot hear her heartbeat." And I was crying. I was upset, but I knew, because God, the God has already prepared me for my daughter, that she wasn't going to come home.
Wait a minute. Now she's saying that she went to the hospital and they couldn't hear her heartbeat, and she knew her daughter wasn't coming home. Did she just talk about an abortion? So that means, is she getting confused on the same story, going back and forth between a stillborn and abortion? Or is she talking about a fourth child? I'm confused, y'all. Did she switch stories on the same kid? Or is she now talking about a fourth one? She needs to make up her. Yes, she do. She do.
So a lot of the shit that I go through, as a witch, I've accepted the fact that I am a witch, that I can see things before they happen, and I know things before they happen, and I've accepted my fate with this whole generational curse thing.
Hard time keeping track of them lies.
I dealt with my son's father's suicide. I dealt with the rape of my son. At 2 years old, he was raped by his brother.
No, it wasn't.
I dealt with that. I dealt with so much shit that I look at myself and say, what the fuck? Like, why am I here? Like, why am I going through all this? But I know there's a silver lining at the end. Because I already saw it. I saw heaven. And the divine told me to go back. She told me to go back. This was like back in 2010. And I was doing the witchcraft. And I was doing revenge witchcraft on social services.
So who goes first, you or Angelo?
She showed me heaven. And I didn't want to go back. She said, turn back around, Crystal. You got to go for Angelo. You got to be there for Angelo. And I didn't want to leave. The only way I could describe it was I was in my old house. And I opened up the door to my backyard, to the house that I grew up in. And it was nothing but, it looked like a floor full of leaves that fell from a tree. And they were in the brightest golds and reds and oranges. And it was really, really bright. It was like a carpet full of leaves on the floor. And they were brilliant colors. And it was really bright. And I heard somebody say, "Hi, Mom." I think it might have been Angelo. So in the afterlife, I get to hear my son talk to me. But he's not going to talk to me in this life. But he's going to talk to me in the afterlife. But he's not going to. while he's up here right now, he's not going to talk to me. I think this motherfucker got reincarnated.
It couldn't have
I
been
think my son is
Angelo
a
because you just said
reincarnation.
Divine
I
Mother
think in
Feminine
this
said
past
you had
life,
to go
he had
back
something to do with
for
rape.
Angelo. So that
He might
wasn't
have been a
his
rapist.
voice.
That's why he got raped when he was a baby.
Maybe it was your
Okay?
other
And I
son.
also think he probably made fun of retarded people. Okay? He did something to special needs people, and now he came out fucked up. He got raped when he was 2 years old by his own brother, and he is he's all the way fucked up as far as being autistic and retarded. Because I think in a past life he probably made fun of them or abused them. So in this life he gotta pay for it. So this is my karma. Okay. And for some reason me and him met up. Okay. This is gonna be your mother. Everything that I went through in life prepared me for my son. My soul and his soul matched up. And Mother God said, you know what? I put her through a horrible childhood. Okay? I put her through a horrible childhood and all these trials and tribulations. So when she does, by the time she becomes your mother, she's going to have a tough enough spine to deal with you. Absolutely. I absolutely believe in reincarnation. It's the only thing that makes sense. And I believe that my son was reincarnated. He was a fucked up motherfucker. He did something to special needs people. And he probably raped a 2-year-old in his past life. That's why in this life he got raped at 2 years old.
Oh, don't blame it on him.
Yeah.
Do not blame his condition on him.
And it's what makes me sleep at night, and it's what brings me peace. Because if I didn't have if I was one of these people that didn't believe in nothing, I would be walking around mad at people. How come I'm going through this? How come I'm going through that? Why me? Why me? And no, not me.
Yeah, you do. You said that earlier.
I know exactly why I'm going through this. I had the abortion or whatever when I was younger and young. And that's what happened. A life for a life. It sucks, but that's what it is. And it makes sense. It makes sense. My daughter might even be the aborted kid that I aborted when I had that first abortion. She came back, but she said, "Mommy, I can't be with you because you need to learn what it's like to lose a life. Every life is precious, and you had me at first and you got rid of me, and now you have me and you can't have me." So I'm totally understanding of that. And I think that's why the Divine Mother, that's why I haven't killed myself. That's why I could tolerate a lot of bullshit because I have a deep level of spiritual maturity. People come into your life for a reason, to teach you a lesson. And if you really, really believe in reincarnation, you believe in the Divine Mother Feminine, everything makes sense. It all makes sense. It sucks, but it makes sense. Okay? But my son's father, he wasn't strong enough. Okay? He's gonna come back again. I'm not doing this shit again. I already made a deal with the Divine Mother Feminine. The same way the devil makes deals, God makes deals. I said, I'm not doing this again. Everything that I went, this life sucked. From my parents, to my childhood, to the rape of my son, to my son's father killing himself, to me having a hard life, me being homeless, me being a stripper, me being obese, it all sucked. Whatever the fuck I need to learn in this lifetime, I'm gonna get this shit right. I forgive everybody that ever hurt me, and I'm not doing this again. I don't want to meet these same people again.
And she'll eventually change her mind.
I'm not gonna get left back. I'm gonna graduate, and I'm gonna go to the next phase of my existence, whatever that may be. But I'm not doing this again. What I want the Divine Mother to do is to give me a place in heaven where I can teach other people patience.
Oh no.
I can teach them about karma.
Oh no.
I can teach them about reincarnation.
No.
Because when we die, okay, Okay, I believe that some of us become teachers. Okay, some of you motherfuckers are gonna have to repeat this shit. Okay, some of you are gonna have to come back in a different body and repeat what the fuck you didn't learn in this life. Now, if you pay attention to the patterns in your life, what do you need to pay attention to? Do you need to work on patience? Do you need to work on controlling your lustful urges? Are you a jealous motherfucker? Are you a hater?
And those things right there are the things that she needs to work on.
Are you a person that doesn't count their blessings? You're too busy counting your curses instead of counting your blessings. Whatever the fuck you need to work on, and you don't learn it in this motherfucker, you are gonna repeat that shit. Like my father, I made peace with my father. Never loved me. He never liked me. He used to pick me up because his mother forced me. His mother forced him to pick me up when I was a kid, and he used to dump me on his mother and his sisters. He acted like I was a disease. He never liked me. He never loved me. And I'm fine with that. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm not meeting this motherfucker again. Whatever I forgave my father, I forgave him, and I'm not doing this again.
She'll mention him
life
again
is so fucked up
in the future.
That this person in your life is so fucked up. I don't care if it's your mother. I don't care if you had a brother that molested you. I don't care if you got raped. You have to forgive that person. And you got to really sit there and think, what did I do?
Do
in a
you
former life
forgive
that I'm going through this now?
your first son
It's
for
the
being
only
who he
thing that
was?
makes
And I'm
sense.
not talking about rape and molestation, but just being black and looking like
Maybe you
you.
were a man that ran
'Cause
around
that's why you
raping
hate
women,
him.
and now you got raped. Maybe you raped somebody's child, and now your child got raped.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
think about it. What happens to all these people that murder and kill and do all this fucked up shit? What happens to these people? Serial killers and all of that. They get reincarnated. They gotta come back. I used to feel sorry for people on the news. Oh my God, that lady lost her child. Her kid got cut up in the woods and raped and thrown in the garbage by a crazy man. And the lady's on the news crying, and they found the remains of her
Good
child.
grief, kids die in other ways.
Okay? I used to sit there and go, oh my God, this world's so fucked up, and sit there crying on the couch. But when I really look at that shit, and the Divine Mother started exposing me and infiltrating my mind with knowledge, she said, that lady did something in another life. That's why I say, watch not only your actions, watch your thoughts. Because if you are a hater, if you are a motherfucker that you don't like to see somebody do good, that same energy is going to be returned to you. Nothing.
Yeah, not like she's
you are a
talking.
hating ass motherfucker. So please don't think I'm just coming for people because of their actions. A lot of people are fucked up in their thoughts.
You.
Okay? They don't want to see nobody else do good. They're a hater. They're jealous. You ever seen a motherfucker like that? They're just jealous of people. They don't want to see nobody do good. It's going to manifest physically in their lives. And you can see these people in wheelchairs, or they had an accident and they end up in a wheelchair. You say, damn, that's fucked up. Like I said, now that I got divine knowledge from the Divine Mother, I don't only watch my actions, I watch my thoughts. Yeah, you might hear me curse my son out and mumble under my breath and da-da-da-da-da. But I forgive myself. I know I'm only human. And I say to myself, this is as good as, it don't get no better than this for him. Any place else, he would be dead. They wouldn't put up with him. They would kill him. I do the best I can by him, and that's all I can do. But
You're not doing your best.
I try not to be a jealous person. I try not to hate on people.
You do.
If I see a girl that's skinny and she's in shape and she's leveled up and she got her hot brat, I try not to hate. Because I say, Crystal, don't do that. Okay?
You
'Cause you
lying.
wouldn't want nobody hating on you. It takes a strong person not to be jealous of somebody.
Show me
Jealousy's a
somebody gonna hate on
motherfucker.
you, Crystal.
I'm telling you, if you got somebody that's better looking than you, or they in shape, or they got money, you can say you never know what a motherfucker been through. I've had dark skin girls be jealous of me because of my color, because of something like color. You mad because I'm peanut butter and you're dark skin.
Peanut butter's not a color.
Have you ever stopped to look at my life? If they would, for 1 second, look at my life, my nigga.
Peanut butter is not a color. And look how she went straight to you, dark skin. Yeah. Oh, here she go. Here she go. She can't stop the hating. She can't stop. She can't stop.
They would not. They'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe I ever hated on that girl just because she's a little bit lighter than me. What the fuck? You never know what motherfuckers go through. I don't hate on nobody. And you never know what's ahead for somebody. Because that person that you was hating on, they could end up in a wheelchair in 10 years. In 10 years, that person could end up in a wheelchair.
And Crystal SWIRLZ, y'all, she can't walk or stand after 2 minutes. She's gonna be the peanut butter one in a wheelchair. I give her 5 years, she'll be in a wheelchair.
That person can end up like B. Smith and lose everything because they got dementia. You never know what the future holds for somebody. And you sitting there hating on them. What the fuck you hating for?
Make it 3 years.
Girl. That's why I say to myself, the motherfuckers, a lot of people are not like but a lot of motherfuckers they either gonna be jealous of you because of the little bit you have. Look. This is my house. They still live with their parents, or they rent an apartment. They'd be jealous of something like my bullshit ass house. But do they realize what the fuck I went through to get this fucking house, my nigga? For 2 years in a row, I lived in a Section 8 building with no heat, no hot water. I couldn't even wash my ass. I had to boil water on the stove just to wash my ass. I had a newborn baby. Okay? We had to use a space heater.
Now, this is the guy who worked the bus station or whatever he was, whose pension she's now living off of. Why did y'all live like this? No heat and hot water for 2 years if he was making that kind of money. That's my question. Why he living good? Why are you living good after he's dead?
So the baby wouldn't freeze to death. It was horrible. It was winter time.
Yes, move out sooner. Exactly.
The baby had pneumonia. Angelo could have caught pneumonia. We had to use a space heater to keep Angelo from dying. And then you got motherfuckers that will hate on my house, and they don't know. This man died. This man jumped in the East River and killed himself and left me everything. I cried every day in my bed, shaking under the covers, praying for my son's father's soul, that he wasn't in hell for killing himself.
Listen to her. He died and left me everything. Your everything sounds like nothing. If you're talking about a space heater to keep warm and boiling water to take a bath, so what exactly did he leave you with at that point in time? Nobody wants that trap. No. Them different color flowers, them ugly ass butterflies on the ceiling. That's a person who got she got mental issues. All them colors in there, that's some schizophrenic mess right there. That's some depressing shit. Roach infested house. Hell no. All that money and couldn't take care of the roaches. Couldn't solidify that foundation to keep the roaches out.
But you want to sit there and hate because I got a little bullshit ass. They don't think, damn, she was homeless. She was homeless twice in her life. Riding the train up and down from one end to the other end. Walking around with a motherfucking hefty bag with all your stuff in it. Looking stupid. Lost. in New
A
York
hefty
City
bag.
as a teenager and as a 26-year-old. I was 26 when I was homeless. You would never know. That's why I say, never hate on a motherfucker because you never know what they went through. A lot of people say, "Oh, you a fat ass bitch. You over 300 pounds." They don't know this fat ass bitch grew up watching other kids with normal parents because my mother was mentally ill and I had two brothers at the time. No food in the refrigerator. The house was dirty. I was always hungry. Okay, I was eating my boogers because I was so hungry. I was eating my boogers up until I was 13. So about 13, I stopped eating my boogers and I said, "Oh, this is nasty." Before 13, I was eating them shits like it was candy because I was hungry.
Oh my God, I'm gonna throw up. Ugh.
Okay, and I used to say to myself, I will never, when I get old, I'm going to eat everything I want. I'm going to eat as much as I want till my stomach pops. I'm never going to be hungry again. And that's why I have a hard time going on a diet because it reminds me of when I was little, when there was no food in the house and I had to restrict myself. Days go by, there's no food. You have to go to your best friend's house just to keep from being hungry. Or you got to look under the fucking covers. You got to look under the couch for quarters to see if you can find a quarter so you can buy a bag of chips because your stomach is growling. You see what I'm saying? So you never know what a motherfucker goes through.
But that was a long time ago. You've had plenty of time to change your life direction. And here you are now, too lazy to clean up vomit on your floor or wherever Angelo did it because you're sitting here talking about how pitiful your life was when you were little and eating boogers. Her mother was mentally ill. She's mentally ill too. Yep, she's mentally ill on top of the dad being mentally ill and killing himself. I'm telling you, something about their mentally illness caused Angelo's autism.
You see what I'm saying? So I relate a lot of my obesity to my childhood. To my childhood. Because my child, I was the opposite of what I am now. I was, imagine being so, and you know what my classmates used to say to me, and this is real shit, my nigga.
She couldn't get therapy with that money.
Chrissy, your breast thing. I didn't learn until later on. My breast stunk because it was, they got something called hunger breath.
Yeah, she could have.
Hunger breath. When you don't eat for a while, your body goes into ketosis and your breath stinks. I had hunger breath. Who does that? I learned this shit around when I was 18 and 19. And I realized, oh my God, so that's why the kids used to say, "Oh my God, your breath stinks." Because I had hunger breath. Yes. Tell me that shit ain't crazy. Because I was young, I didn't know what hunger breath was. I educated myself when I was around 18 and 19. And I said, so that's why the kids in my class were making fun of me. They said, "Oh, your breath stinks." I had hunger breath. I was so hungry that my breath stunk. Now, if you don't know what the fuck that is, my nigga, you don't know what hard times is. Okay? And imagine being so, and I can remember everything from the 1980s. 1985, 1984, when I was 9 years old. I remember standing in the free cheese line. Okay? I remember the cardboard box with the free cheese in it, and it was sitting in the refrigerator for months at a time, and I was so hungry I was eating that shit. I remember taking flour from the U.S. government, because we got free cheese, we had the free butter, and the butter tasted horrible. Now, this is what I would do. I would take the butter that tasted like the refrigerator, okay? And the refrigerator was dirty, okay? My mother was mentally ill, so everything was dirty in our house, okay? I would take the butter that tasted like an old stale refrigerator and melt it in a pan. Mind you, I'm 9 years old, 10 years old, starving my ass off. I would melt the butter. The butter tasted horrible. It had a horrible taste. It tasted like the refrigerator. And the refrigerator was dirty and stinky and nasty. And I melted that butter in a pan. And then I would take water and I would take the flour, the government flour, which was white, and I would mix it up and make pancakes out of it. And then I would take the honey that they gave us, and the honey tasted, it didn't even taste like honey. It tasted horrible, okay? I took the honey and I smeared it onto the flour pancake, and I ate that shit.
That don't
And
sound
I remember,
good at
and I
all.
didn't realize how bad we had it until I went over my friend's house and I saw all the food in her refrigerator. Okay, and I was, when I tell you, I know what it's like to be. I used to be skinny. I used to be so skinny you could see my ribs showing. You could see my collarbone. I was a skinny kid. I was the fastest kid on my block. Okay, I was a little tomboy. Okay, I used to climb trees and all that shit. I remember running and feeling the wind slap against my face. I remember the freedom of not being obese. I remember when I first started developing and liking what I saw in the mirror. And before I could enjoy my body, a man jumped on top of me. And fresh out of prison, 24 years old, and made me pregnant. And I had to get rid of it. Because my Caribbean grandmother made me get rid of it.
Oh, okay.
And I was 4 months pregnant. I was 4 months pregnant when I got rid of it. Just turned 14 years old. Didn't know my head from my ass.
What? Wait, did she just say she was 4 months old when she got rid of the baby? Did she just say 4 months? Ain't that too late?
And he bought me Chinese food. You see what I'm saying? He bought me Chinese food, so I got to eat a little bit. You know, he bought me juice from the store. Okay, and I was hungry, and I ate it. And this grown man took advantage of me. And I had just graduated from junior high school.
Is that why you don't like coffee dates now?
I was a freshman in high school. It was October 1989. I was only in my second month of high school as a freshman, and this man jumped on me. And I remember the boy. I remember back in the day after the lady put the sticks inside of me. I was 14 years old. The year was 1990, and they put the sticks inside of me, and I went home. And my Caribbean grandma wouldn't even talk to me. She was very mean, very cold, never gave me a hug. She was extremely emotionally abusive. And I went home and I went upstairs and I remember my cervix dilating. I was going into labor on my grandmother's floor in that brownstone in Brooklyn. I was clutching myself. It felt like somebody took a knife and was twisting it in my stomach. And now that I look back, I realized I was going into labor because the sticks that they put up inside of me was to open up my cervix and make me start contracting because I was so far along in the pregnancy. I was literally in my second trimester, and it hurt like hell. And I couldn't cry out to my grandmother. Okay, there was nobody there to comfort me.
What
and
the hell?
I held onto the edge of the bathtub, and I was rocking back and forth and crying with tears coming down my face. 14 years old. This is the type of shit you go through in Blackistan.
What?
And the next day, they took me to the abortion thing, and I remember I was laying down, and it was a Becky. It wasn't even my own race. It was a Becky. And I'll never forget her. She had short, dark hair, and she was a Becky. She was skinny, and she was nice, and she was a social worker lady. And she was like, oh, my gosh, she's just a baby. She's just a baby. And she touched my hand. She touched my hand, and she held it. And I held her hand back. And she had tears in her eyes. She said, oh, my God, you're just a baby. And that's what she said. And she was so kind and so nice. And she was my friend. And I didn't know this lady from a can of paint, but she took compassion. She saw how young I was. She looked down at the chart and said, "Oh my God, she's a baby. She's a baby." And I was skinny. I wasn't obese. I was 130 pounds, 132 at the most. And she held my hand and yep. And it was lights out. They gave me the anesthesia and it was lights out. Yeah. I went through a lot. Oh my God. And then nigga used to beat my ass. He was very abusive. My first son's father used to beat me all the time. And I was in this place called Inwood House. This is in Manhattan. On East 82nd Street. I think it's still there. And my social worker's name was Miss Webster. And one time, this nigga, he was so fucking retarded, okay? He's screaming and yelling at me. I'm 15. At the time, I was 16 years old. I got pregnant again. This is with the older child that I kept. And he's yelling and he's screaming at me. And he picked up a bottle like he was going to hit me with it. And a girl named Hazel, she's a dark-skinned Puerto Rican girl. Her name is Hazel. Hazel ran into the Inwood House. She went up. She told my social worker, I think he's beating on her. So she called me into the room like a couple of days later. She said, "Is he hitting you?" And I didn't even know what to say. Like, I had never experienced domestic violence. I didn't know what the fuck to do. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was a kid. I didn't know nothing. It looks like
she did, Moonstone.
You see what I'm saying? I was just floating around, like, letting people tell me what to do. If he wanted to have sex with me, I had sex with him because he wanted to. He was homeless. I was homeless. I could go to Covenant House and Inwood.
What is it with her and homeless man? Because she picked up milkman from a shelter too, and 3 days later they ran to Florida. What is it with her and homeless guys?
House because I was underage. He got a Section 8 bitch that could take care of him, and he dumped me. He dumped me and said, "Fuck you and your baby." I remember those were the last words he told me. He said, "Fuck you and your baby." And I'll never forget that day. I'm sitting there with my stomach poked out. Like, did he just say that? And I remember, and he took advantage of me. I was washing big pots of, I had a chore at the group home. They paid me $40 a week to wash the pots. And I'm telling you, those pots were big. I'm talking about them big, tall chef pots. And I'm sitting there with my pregnant stomach washing big old pots, And I took my little $40 and I gave it to him. I gave him 30 out of the $40, and I kept 10. He took advantage of me so many times. He took 30 of the $40. And I was so trusting. My heart was so big. I was just a kid. And, I'm a very giving person. He asked me for money, and I gave it to him. And one time I visited my aunt. I visited my grandmother's house. This is my grandmother from down south. This is not my Caribbean grandmother. I left my Caribbean grandmother because she was so mean. And she saw me do that. She saw me give this motherfucker my money. She said, "Don't you ever give no nigga no money." And I'll never forget it. And I'm sitting there because I was innocent. I was 15 years old. It was the summer of 91. The summer of 1991. I was still skinny. And she said, "Don't you ever..." I had the abortion already when I was 14. So this is before I got pregnant with the older child. It was the summer of 91. And she said, "Don't you ever give no nigga no money." She saw me give him my money. She saw me give him my money. She said, "Don't you ever do that." But I gave him that money not from the group home because I got pregnant later on. I got pregnant at the age of 16, so that was a year later. But this money came from when I was working at the Navy office. I was working at the Navy office. I had a little bullshit job, at the Navy office. And I used to take my money and give it to him. She said, "Don't you ever fucking give no nigga no money." Yeah? And come to find out, he was giving that shit to the Section 8 bitch that he was fucking with. He was cheating on me with some other girl. Yeah? And I remember when I was pregnant, he gave me a horrible yeast infection. A really aggressive one. I mean, I was itching and burning all over the place. And I went to this is when I was pregnant and I was in a group home a year later when I was 16. And they told me that it was a yeast infection. So he was fucking around on me with this girl. She had a yeast infection and she gave it to him and he gave it to me.
Ooh,
I mean, That's why I said these young, when you live in Blackistan, okay, these men jump on you early. They jump on you early. You don't know nothing. And I know what it's like to be young and stupid.
Ooh,
You don't know
child is
nothing. They
right.
jump on you before you know anything. You didn't even get a chance to enjoy your body before you all bloated up and obese and fat with stretch marks all over the place. But before that happened to me, I remember before I was 16 years old, from age 16 on down, I had a nice body, no stomach, perky little titties. I was 130 something pounds. I remember looking in the mirror and putting on tight pants and turning around and liking what I saw. And after that, everything went black. The next thing I know, I shot up to 226 when I was in a group home. And then and girl.
She's been
You just don't
conditioned
know.
to think that abusive
You
men
just don't
equal
know.
masculinity. Yup.
And I see so many girls, this happened in Blackistan. All these girls they get you pregnant early, they pump and dump you early. You don't even get a chance to enjoy your little body before you all bloated up with stretch marks and fucked up. You don't even get a chance to enjoy it and appreciate it. But I enjoyed my little body for about 2 years before I got fucked up. I had about 2 years of enjoying my little figure, and then it was all over.
And then you went to a strip club and started working,
My
right?
point to you is this, I look back at my life, girl, so many mistakes, so many regrets, and you can't get your time back. You cannot get your time back. When it's gone, it's gone. When the baby is here, it's there. These young girls think it's a game. And this is hell or high water. You got to be willing to accept. If that baby comes out retarded or fucked up, are you, girl? If it comes out autistic, are you, child? You just don't know. You just don't know. That's why I'm telling all you girls, you never know what people go through. So people judge me, oh, Crystal, you fat. They don't know. I struggle with my past. I got inner demons I'm struggling with. Inner demons. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. If I have to go on a diet, I notice one thing. I notice something. I have an attitude. I actually have an attitude when I go on a diet. And I'm saying, I'm not always getting mad. And I struggle with this. Restriction. Can't have it. Because it reminds me of my childhood when I was hungry. And I couldn't eat nothing. And I was hungry. And I couldn't do nothing about it. And now I feel...
Although that part might be true, but if y'all have watched Crystal with her weight loss journey, she's always trying to quick fix with the with those fastings. Fasting is not meant for weight loss of her magnitude. Fasting is a couple of pounds off, couple of inches off, because you want to fit into that wedding dress or that black dress for a date or whatever. It's not for the weight loss that she needs. She needs to stop buying those powdered sugars and pills and whatnot. Again, she could have spent that money, as I told her, and get her a nutritionist to help her, a dietitian, whatever, to help her do it. Dan bought her a total gym. She used to go to the gym, but she wants those quick fix overnight things that don't take work. And weight loss for her is going to take work. So she will never lose it.
Looking back, I feel like I'm in a situation where I can eat, where I don't have to. Nobody can't tell me no. Oh, you can't have this. You can't have that. There's no food in the house. That's not the case anymore. And I struggle with rebellion. I get an attitude because my childhood. I told myself I will never be told no again. That you can't eat this, you can't eat that.
Make better
and
choices.
Now that I look back at it, that's why I struggle with my obesity so much. I understand perfectly well what my problem is.
So get help.
It's just that other people don't.
Yeah, self
Other
control,
people don't.
self discipline.
Everybody judges.
She can still, you have to, when you
I'm gonna
lose
go into the
weight, you
comment
still
section.
have
I'm
to
gonna read a
eat.
couple comments.
It's just what you eat and portion
You know, a lot of
control.
you girls are young. Goddess
And she has
Support's
to
from my
exercise,
era.
you have to exercise with
She's
it.
a little bit younger than me, but she's from my era.
Walk.
Y'all just don't know how it was back in the day, man. Back in the day was crazy. Yeah, it does feel like a punishment. It does. It does. And it's been proven. You got some of these people that are immigrants, right? They come over here from their country. Maybe it's India, one of these little fucked up countries where there's not enough food. Maybe it's Africa. They come to the United States and they blow up. They get fat. You ever seen an immigrant? They come over here all skinny and shit. 3 years later, they obese. 3 years later, they're obese. Why? Because
By the way, I plan on
they
losing
have
10 pounds by the
access
end of the
to
month,
food for the first time in
and
their
it's
life.
going well for
And,
me. I follow your advice
and
for
they don't
walking
ever
with
want
the
somebody to
ankle
tell them,
weights.
oh, you can't have this, you
Okay,
can't have that.
cool. I
And
need
they
to give me
overdo
some
it.
ankle weights too. I think I'll get
I
them
think a lot of
this
black women,
week.
and let's face it, over 60% of us have a weight problem. Over 60%
And
of us.
stop
A
trying to
lot of
be
us are
so
suffering
dark
from
and witch
trauma.
like. I put my earbuds in and walk around
Now, I don't
30
know if you know
minutes.
it, but yeah, hunger that's traumatizing. That
30
shit,
minutes to an hour.
listen,
Yeah.
if I could have a time machine and take you back to the year 1985, 1986, 87, 83, 82, when I was in
If
the
I
house with
can,
no food
I might.
for days
Your
at a
mom
time,
gave you yours. I might wear my
after a while
ankle
you
when
get
I
used
get
to the
some. I
hunger.
might try and wear
You
mine to
running around,
work
you go
if I
outside and play, you
can.
distract yourself, you know. But you're a kid, you don't understand. But I'm telling you,
On
when the
eBay.
hunger hit,
Okay.
it was
I'm
like
gonna
a
try
truck slammed
Amazon
into me.
too.
I would be in bed at night, and I could hear my stomach growling. I could hear my stomach growling. And I
Five
know,
Below.
if I go
Okay,
to the
I'll look
refrigerator,
there
there's not
too.
going to be no food in there. There's nothing there. So you go back upstairs. You're 11 years old. It's 1986. It's cold outside. You snuggle under the covers and you eat your boogers. That's what I did.
Oh God.
I ate my, and you know what? You'd be surprised what tastes good when you're hungry.
I can't.
You would be surprised what tastes good when you're hungry. They actually tasted good, okay? And I was always sick, okay? Because we didn't have a lot of clothes, okay? We didn't have a lot of clothes.
Ooh,
My
she's making
shoes
me
were
sick
talking.
right now with
I had a
booger
windbreaker.
eating.
It was 20 degrees outside and I had a windbreaker. I didn't have a winter coat. That's how fucked up it was. My shoes were talking, and I had to go to school in the snow like that. All the other kids had new sneakers. They're coming back from Christmas vacation with Jordans, with Nikes, and I had on what? I had on what? Skips that were talking.
That
A
is gross
windbreaker
as
jacket
hell. I
and a
replace
runny
a meal
nose
with a smoothie and drink
and
a lot
nappy
of water
fucking hair.
and lemon ginger tea. Yeah, I drink lemon ginger tea too. And I make
My
my
life
smoothies
sucked.
with my
My
NutriBullet.
life sucked as a kid. I hated my life when I was a kid. And I'm gonna tell you something. How do you describe that shit? Do you know what hunger feels like? I told myself I'm never gonna feel this sensation again. I'll be under the covers, and when you don't eat, for days at a time, your body temperature drops. Your body temperature drops. I'll be lucky if I can get 1 meal in a day, 1 meal a day in, and it was hard on the weekends because there was no free breakfast and lunch on the weekends. I used to like going to school. Imagine being so fucking hungry. And I was a skinny kid. I was not fat. I was bony. I
Exactly.
was a
Cry
bony
me a
kid.
river.
Imagine being
Cue the
so hungry.
violins.
The best part of your day is lunchtime. Y'all think I'm bullshitting. The best part of my day in junior high school, because I had a little bullshit job in high school. But junior high school and elementary were hell. I was defenseless. I had to depend on my mother for my food, and my mother was mentally ill. It was no food. Imagine running to school and being happy because the best when the school bell rang for lunch, you ran. I was the first one up in that motherfucker. All the kids were like, what are we having for lunch today? They always give us this nasty food. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at these motherfuckers like, you want that? You don't want that burger? They're like, nah, this shit is nasty. You can have it. I'm like, all right, thanks. I put it in my book bag. I was a hustler. And then I would go to the next lunch table and sit next to somebody that I know was stuck up, and they was eating the cafeteria cookies and the snacks because they had money because their mother gave them money, and their mother had money. My mother never had money. We were on welfare. So I'm sitting there, I go to the next table and sit next to a stuck up bougie kid that got the snacks from the commissary. And then I'm like, damn, you're not gonna eat your burger? That's a waste. And they be like, nah, I don't want that shit. I'm eating these cookies. And they was eating the stuff from the commissary. Those were the kids with money and good parents. I'm like, oh, you don't want that burger? They be like, nah, I'm about to throw it in the garbage. I'm like, all right, I'll take it. Put that one in my book bag. Now I got 2 hamburgers. Now I got 2 hamburgers in my bag. I'm balling. And that's how I survived all throughout junior high school. That's what I did. And sometimes I would take that burger and put it all the way in the back of the refrigerator where nobody could see it, and I would make it last all weekend. When the weekend came, I had food. When the weekend came, I had food. Or I would go over to my best friend's house, and I would stay until the sun went down. And her mother was obese. She knew I was being neglected, and there was no food in the house. She would be ordering Chinese food. This lady was so fat. She was like 500 pounds. She was so fat. Her name was Miss Jordan. She was so fat, she had to have a wheelchair. She was like, oh, we ordering Chinese. She was like, oh, you ain't going to go home? Your mother's going to be worried about you. She was like, you want to stay for dinner? I said, yeah. And she'd be sitting there watching. I would bust that food down like a fucking animal. And she's sitting there looking at me like, oh, my God. You do what you got to do when you're hungry. And all you motherfuckers that are coming up now, and y'all had parents, and they call CPS. We didn't have that back. It wasn't no goddamn CPS, motherfucker. Back in the 1980s, it was survival. We didn't do no CPS. You either had food or you didn't. Yeah, girl, I know I got issues. I know my issues are very, very deep with food. Very deep. I got anger issues with food. I got attitude problems with food. That's how deep my shit is. And I think my obesity is a sign of rebellion against hunger. It's a sign of what? Rebellion against hunger.
Fix yourself.
This shit gets deep, man. Shit is deep as fuck, man. You never understand. That's the I never could understand people who had a problem with their appetite. They oh my God, that tastes nasty. I can't eat that. I'm like, I never knew what that was as a child. Everything tasted good to me. Everything tasted good to me. Everything. I mean, the worst type of food tasted good. Mm-hmm. A lot of black women from my generation, yeah, we need therapy. You young girls coming up now, okay, a lot of y'all need therapy too. Okay, but my generation, we had it bad, baby. We had it real bad. See, they had all these social workers and child services for y'all motherfuckers. And you know, y'all motherfuckers would curse out your parents and shit. We never did none of that back in the day.
Yep, the violins.
Y'all motherfuckers had it a little bit easier than us. But I think a lot of black women, y'all need therapy. Yeah, we fucked up, man. We need therapy, man.
Stop with the we shit. Talk about yourself.
Shit, some of y'all got raped. Okay. Some of y'all, my thing was hunger.
Oh, here we go.
In a form of, you know, I was statutory rape type thing. You just turned 14 and you got the grown man 10 years older than you, having sex with you, making you do all this sexual stuff. Yeah. No father in the house. My father acted like he wanted to be bothered with me. He dumped me on his sisters. He never bothered with me. I can't remember one time that my father sat down with me and hugged me and told me he loved me and, you know, talked to me about life and stuff. He would dump me on his mother and run out the door. Do you know what that shit felt like? And I'm looking around like, okay, now I get to be with my dad. Nope. And the whole time we was in a car, he's drumming his. I'll never forget.
And meanwhile, she's not really doing anything with her own child. So stop with the whining and crying because you're not really doing any better in life. I mean, yeah, you have a house, but everything else has just gone downhill and got throw up on the floor right now while you're doing this live.
He's drumming his fingers nervously on the steering wheel. He would never look at me. Do you know what that made me feel like? It made me feel like shit.
You wear a sweat belt while you walk? Okay.
And then people sit there and wonder why it's so easy for me to hate black men. I can't. Listen, when I tell you I hate them, that's an understatement. Right? And he's still alive now. He's still alive. He's 75 years old now. Mm-hmm.
Me too.
My thing is this, girl. Black sin is a Holocaust. You know what a Holocaust is, don't you? And we're not going to even begin to talk about what some of the black men went through. See, that's the part that nobody talks about. A lot of these motherfuckers, these black males, they went through a lot too. Some of them got molested. Some of them were abused. Okay, a lot of times they got father issues. Now we girls, okay. It's one thing to be a girl, but imagine being a boy and your father don't want you. Imagine that you a boy. You don't know how to pee right. You want somebody to imagine how fucked up it is. You a boy and your father don't give a fuck about you. That shit is even worse. We sit there going, "Oh, girls need their father." At least you're a girl, and you got your mother. Even if your mother is a drunk, my mother was an alcoholic. Always drunk, passed out on the corner. Okay, my mother was very embarrassing, and she was bipolar schizophrenic. But my father, child. Imagine being a boy and your father ain't in your life. I think that's why a lot of these black males are gay. I'm sorry. I think a lot of them are gay because of their father. Because they want a man's love. They want a man's love. And that shit gotta hurt. Okay? Because you a boy. Boys are not as strong as us. Masculinity is a very fragile thing. Imagine seeing your friend and his father's in his life, and your father ain't in your life. Black people, like I said, us as a people, we went through a lot. And now we're dealing with these white people. Now we're dealing with white people, and girl.
Exactly,
white people are even worse. When white people don't have a father in their life, they come out fucked up. They come out fucked up. We could take not having a father. But white people, nope. White people come out trash when they don't have a father. They end up crazy, or they be a serial killer, or they, girl.
What are you talking about,
Crystal? Most of the kids in my
Crystal?
class didn't have a father. So it was like the standard. If somebody's father came up to the school,
You crazy right now.
It was like the Red Sea parted. It was like the Red Sea parted. Everybody's sitting there like, oh, wow, you got a dad? Because most of us didn't. The truth is Tyrone pumped and dumped black women, and most of us didn't have a father. So I don't know what these niggas in the manosphere are talking about. Okay? They're lying. Oh, black women chased the black man out the home. That's a fucking lie. These niggas didn't want to be bothered, And I was there. I witnessed it. A lot of them were crack babies. And we sitting here talking about Brad, and we fucking with Brad now. But the truth is, you know, a lot of Brads, I be thinking, if Brad wanted to collectively, all the shit that they got about not approaching us, and they don't want to fuck with us like that, and they stare at us, I think a lot of them are realizing we fucked up. I'm sorry. It is what it is. You don't think the white man knows we fucked up? I think they're infatuated with our beauty, and they're curious. But I'm pretty sure they have an understanding, damn, that race is fucked up. And so they just look at us. I think a lot of Brads are scared of us. So they hear the stories, and now there's no hiding it. They hear our stories on YouTube. They're listening to our stories, and they're saying, damn, do I really want to deal with the black woman? A lot of them think that we're crazy. They think we're crazy. They think we're strong and masculine. Because a lot of them think that we're strong and bossy, and we got attitudes. A lot of them think that. Everybody knows our dirty laundry. And Tyrone, he tried to put all the blame on us. Tyrone is trying to put all the blame on us. Like we stuck our finger in our pussy and made ourselves pregnant. Come on now. And now everybody sees what Blackistan has done to Tyrone. Blackistan made Tyrone feminine. Tyrone became a bitch and we became a dude. We became a man and they became a woman. But they don't want us to go nowhere because what they're doing now is they whispering in Brad's ear all this bad stuff about us. Tyrone is not our friend. Any bitch that thinks that this nigga is our friend, you stupid. He's trying to stop you from leaving. He wants you to stay fat. Okay, that's why he's saying, oh, I like all that thickness. Oh, stay like that. I don't want you to lose a pound. You look good the way you are. I like big girls. They tell you that.
You're doing that to yourself.
A lot of them are telling Brad that your pussy stinks. You got an attitude. Tyrone, and now that we know that Tyrone wants Brad for him, now that we know how gay Tyrone is, a lot of them want Brad for themselves. When I first found this shit out, I said, you can't be serious. Because I was raised to believe that black men were masculine, they were big and bad, get out the way, they'll fuck you up, you know. We called them brothers. Oh, you know, the brothers ain't got it. The brothers ain't trying to get down like that. I thought black men were masculine and tough. So when all this shit came out and I started going on social media and finding out about the down low movement, I was disgusted. I said, oh my God. I think a lot of it got to do with fatherlessness. A lot of these men are gay because they are looking for love from a man that they didn't get from their father. That's the dirty secret. It made them become homosexual. Now, if you sitting there sleeping on the power of a father, you stupid. Okay, think about it. Why is the DL movement prevalent in our race and no other race? We got the highest rate of fatherless homes. So
yeah, I'm about to go to bed too.
To with being gay?
Because she's just repeating the other stuff she said before. Good night, Moonstone.
And we got this gay ass nigga all up in that.
Yeah. Her live chat is still going, so I believe she might still be live because they're talking about some. I don't know exactly what. She might still be live. If she is, yeah, I will keep this up. It'll take a while to come up, and I might do a video maybe on some of the rest of this. I don't really know, but yeah, this will go up. But thanks for joining me. It's what time is it? Oh, it's almost 3:30 in the morning. Yeah. Thanks for joining me. And I'll see y'all next time. Good night.